I did it. I did it,
You
guys.
did it.
I did
He
it.
did it, ladies and gentlemen. He did it. You should be proud.
Nice.
Oh, Alan, thank you so much, buddy. He's not here anymore, but yeah. But we got one person watching. That is what's going on?
Nando's.
Oh, that must be Akira Nando's, right?
Akira Nando's.
What's going on, buddy? Thank you for coming to the show today. All right, guys. So today's Ask Titan Masters. We're back with Ask Titan Masters, guys. All right. It's been a while since we've done this. All right. And so I'm very excited to be doing this. And Alan's saying congratulations. So thank you, Alan. Thank you. Alrighty. And then we have a special Titan Master guest today is Jamzilla. Jam, how you doing?
Sleepy, hungry, but yeah, I'm okay.
Alrighty, great. And we have our brand new Titan Master with us, Brandosaurus Rex. How you doing, brother?
I'm good. How's everything?
Very cool. Okay, good. And we have
Hey.
Power Hour in the house.
Oh,
right.
snap.
Yes. Okay. Actually, Power Hour, do you want to jump on with us?
Ooh.
Yo, ho ho,
Do it.
do
Get
do it,
on.
Power. Come on,
You gotta-
Power.
You got to do it. Peer
You
pressure.
know you
Come
want
on. You know you want to. Join the dark side.
I'm gonna send
Oh,
him
he
an
said yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. I'm
hell
gonna
yeah.
send him an invite with him. Okay, Stewie, I got this on the way for you. Hold on, just give me a second here, okay, Stewie?
Let's go.
Mr. Stuart Crabtree. Here you go.
Oh, snap.
Alrighty, so this is unexpected. Okay, so Power Hour, he's here and he's a past Titan Master guest, so he might as well be on with us. Okay, so that's the thing. Alrighty, and we have Sean, aka
Alexander.
a Jonathan. How you doing, buddy?
Hey.
Alrighty, so
That's the way to go.
go. Yes, very cool. Alrighty, Akira, what do you got going today? What do you got going so far? How you doing? I know, guys, Akira got COVID like a couple days ago.
Oh, no.
Now,
Oh.
Last week.
oh yeah, you got it last week, eh?
Yeah, so it's wasn't that it wasn't good. It wasn't good.
Mm.
But I'm all recovered now, 100%. So it should be good.
Woo.
Okay.
All right, cool, buddy.
All right.
Very cool. I'm glad.
Nice.
that you're okay and things.
Yeah.
So
The positive thing is, I guess I lost a few kilos. So
Okay.
Way to spin
I
that.
need to lose a few more, okay, and I'm working on that. So, alrighty. So, how about we get into the show, guys? So, let me start the PowerPoint.
PowerPoint. Oh, it's official.
Yes, sir.
All
Okay,
right.
so Ask Titan Masters in the house, and for our first shot, we have Stitch Photography. This is Johnny's shot. Okay,
wow.
so nice, very nice shot overall. Okay, so it's more like I think what just critiquing on what he could do, just to pop this out a little bit more. I think he needs a rim light just to highlight the robot a little bit more, because see, he's got a black background and the robot's already black. You know what I mean? So like he needs like a little bit of more of color separation.
Yep.
Mhm.
Okay, so Akira, what any thoughts about this?
Yeah, and I think it will help with the rim light, as you said, and need a little bit of a color at the back as well.
I agree.
'Cause the
Yes,
back- yeah, the buildings at the back, it needs to be highlighted.
exactly, because like if you think about it, like this robot is walking through the city and things, so like he's smashing into things and stuff like that, right? So he's gonna leave a trail of destruction behind him. So naturally, there's gonna be fires left or stuff like that behind him, right? So
Yep.
it makes perfect sense for you to light up the behind him just a tiny bit. You know what I mean? Just to give it more of that realism. Yeah. Brandon, do you have anything to add about this?
I would say just a touch of space. I feel like
Mhm.
it almost looks like a tad too crowded. Like
Mhm.
with everything that's going on, like especially at the bottom half of it, like you have the explosion, and then like there's clearly like a building on the bottom, but like the ones
Sure.
like directly behind
Mhm.
the giant mech, like I feel like those could go and just let that breathe just a little bit more. I think it just needs just a little bit of space
Sure. Yeah. So maybe like
on
this
top of
top
everything you guys
right,
said.
just to like bring it more closer to the camera.
Yeah, like
Right.
if that building on the right was closer and then the other two were just gone, the
Sure.
photo breathes so much better. I feel
Mm,
like there'll be more light too. It would add more light to the shot because not
exactly.
everything's reflecting off of those two flat buildings because they're not really colored well. You know,
Mhm.
like the there's no paint apps on it, so it's just they're kind
Mm.
of worthless to the shot. They're not adding dimension. They're just more subtracting from the explosion that you're supposed to be
Hello?
looking at in front of you.
Yeah. What's up,
Hey,
Hey, there we go. Now it's
everybody?
working.
Hey,
Hey.
Power Hour.
What?
Hey,
Hi.
how's it going, everyone?
Good. Good. Good.
Doing good.
Mhm.
Yes. Alrighty.
Mhm.
So actually, Stuart, you actually helped him out with this shot, doing a little bit of editing, right?
Yeah. For this one, the lights on the building back there and the lights on the Jaeger itself, I touched up for him a bit, and the blade.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mhm.
oh, very nice.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
So I think that's pretty much all he needs just to bring this a little bit more. So a little bit more spacing with the between the buildings and the Jaeger, a little bit more rim lighting and lighting behind him, and that's pretty much it, right, guys?
Yeah,
What might look good
Yeah.
too is since he edits and stuff, maybe edit in a few stars in the background to break up the black a little
Yeah.
bit. Might look good.
Yeah, and
Mhm.
if it's possible, I mean, I know it's night. I mean, night tends to be black, but try to add a little bit of blue in it because
Mhm.
the contrast of yellow is blue. So
Mhm.
the contrast will add a little bit details to the figure.
Mhm. Or what you could do too,
Agree.
like to not have this. Like I like the infinite sky, but like if you wanted to highlight the robot more and everything, you know what I mean? What I would, I I think red would like a red sky would
Mm.
work pretty well here too. You know what I mean? So like if he doesn't have a screen like a TV that I use, he can just
Mm.
also use like a printout or even just a red what's it called, the
Mist.
red crystal board. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Or even
Yeah.
just a red mist. You know what I mean? Like with a
Mhm.
With
smoke or
Ultima?
something, just to give it a color.
Mhm.
Sure.
Mhm.
Yeah. And I think that would look. I think that would make. I think it would pop it a little bit more. You know what I mean? Just to give it
Everybody
more.
has to invest in a fog machine.
Yep.
I have one.
Everybody
Honestly,
needs one.
Yeah.
what's really good too is
Yeah.
these things on like Amazon. They're
Slide
like,
that over.
where's my camera?
Wait.
Like these.
Blow it up.
Uh-huh.
They just make little like mist.
Yeah.
And
Oh,
it's
the face mister.
yeah,
Yep.
no, and it's like they just take water and stuff and the
Mm.
mist hangs low, so it's really good for like a low lying fog. It's
Ooh.
really nice. And they're like $8
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
for
I
like
the
have.
a
mist.
Link to that.
FPS.
Yeah.
Oh, so the
because
mist
the one I
hangs
have.
low.
Yeah, the face mister. I have
Mhm.
that too.
Mhm.
So
Oh, I gotta
the
get
one
one of
I
those.
have
Is that
is
just
That's
a
a
this one
vape?
proper
right
one.
here. This is the Micro Fogger 2,
Ooh.
and
Stop lying. That's a vape pen.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's a fake.
Oh wow, that's really
Ooh.
cool.
yeah, and it's got like
That,
different intensities and stuff like that. But like, if this is expensive, actually, you know what I
yeah,
mean. So
yeah.
like, but this is like professional level, you know. So
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Is that the one you used in your Hedora shot with the green
all of
smoke
it. Yeah,
behind him?
this is
Yeah.
it. This is it.
And how much does that usually run people?
That's
This
130, right?
Mhm.
this is no, it's actually 160.
Whoa.
160? Oh
160.
wow.
I
Okay.
can't remember. Yeah, but
Cool.
there's a new one now called the Micro Fogger 3. You know,
Mm.
so yeah, but this is really cool because like you can charge it with the USB, and then like you buy the liquid. They don't recommend you using other liquids
Mm-hmm.
in here.
You
They
gotta
want
use
you to
theirs.
use there because like you can you can damage it and shit. So.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But this has been a blessing for me. Like this, you know what I mean? Like if you look at like my last shot with the Evangelion robot, and you see how like you can build like good depth with it, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
yeah, people take a look at that shot, so yeah. Alrighty.
Adds a good hint of realism too, with all the dust the monsters would
Yeah.
kick up and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. That's why I like using this. You know what I mean? Because like,
Mhm.
especially with the new Haya figure that I did. You know, remember I did the day version of the Godzilla poster. You know, Godzilla versus Kong.
Mhm, mhm.
So I
Mhm.
just added all that in the back and things with a light in the back, right? And then it just gives it that depth, you know. So yeah.
Mhm.
So we have just to acknowledge some people. We have Adrian from Kaiju Collectibles. What's going on, buddy? Alrighty. And we have Manjazilla in the house. Future
Hey.
Titan
Hey
Master.
everyone.
Manjazilla, you're improving very well. Alrighty. And Shin, hello. I'm a Kamen Rider fan. Oh, welcome to
Hello.
to our show.
Kamen
Oh,
Rider.
actually, real quick.
Yeah.
Before we get into the next one,
Mm-hmm.
I have things that I haven't
okay.
opened.
Ooh,
I've been waiting for
Ooh.
this stream just to do this.
Okay.
So
what is that?
So they're all monster arts, but I haven't opened them. So I've been waiting for the stream just to open them.
All right. Okay.
So while we look at photos, I'll be popping in and out,
Mhm.
opening these.
Okay. Cool.
So
Don't worry.
Okay.
we have unboxing specials. Unboxing specials.
So I'm gonna put that
Unboxing
aside.
session.
Oh, and then I have another one too. There's a third one.
Oh.
Holy
got 3 of them.
shit.
Okay.
All recent
Yeah.
monster arts.
Yeah.
Oh.
My recent monster arts is Monster X.
Mm.
Oh, how are
Yeah.
you liking it? I haven't. Oh, I haven't. Seen
I got 'em
anything with it
too.
yet. Oh, it's gorgeous.
I'm kind of lukewarm on. I don't know. Maybe it's because like I'm not so attached to this particular character and things.
Okay.
I mean, he is a nice figure and things. You know what I mean? Like he's very posable and things. But like, I don't know, man. Like I don't know. I just don't have the same feeling as like with the other ones. You know what I mean? Like honestly, I feel like after I reviewed the Haya Godzilla, I
Mhm.
kind of feel like that took the wind out of my out of the sails, like for my love for SH Monsters. You know?
Mhm.
Oh no,
I
they
got 'em
inverted
too.
them. They got them, boys. They
Yeah.
got 'em.
So
Joint issues on it kill me too.
yeah.
Hmm.
So all right. So let's check out the next photo. All right. We don't have Alan to do the gap, pound the gavel. So I'll just do it. Bing. Okay. There. All right. So this next one comes to us by Daikaiju_do, and he's new. You can clearly see that he's new at it. Okay. So
Great effort.
this is a very good first attempt.
Hell
So
yeah.
what I would recommend, I kind of feel like a shot like this, he's using a cell phone, so he doesn't have access
Yeah.
to a DSLR.
Mhm.
Yeah, so that's okay. I mean, you can still use it. You know what I mean? So just work away at it, but to give pointers on this photo, if you lower the camera just a little bit, try and give it a little bit more space because I can clearly see the backdrop. You know what I mean? I see the line of the cardboard there and stuff like that. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So like
Mm.
when you're doing toy photography, especially for you guys starting out, the main idea of doing toy photography is to trick the eye. Okay, so you always want to find ways to trick the eye, and so give it more space. Okay, so like if you're able to, like, give it more space between your subjects, which is your Godzilla and Kong, and your background. All right, and lower the angle a little bit, because in kaiju toy photography, when you're lowering the it's all about perspective for kaiju toy photography. You know what I mean? So like that's the difference between Titan toy photography and 112 toy photography. Is like you really have to play with the perspective. Like if you know how to play with the perspective well, you can sell the idea that what you're looking at is just these giant, larger than life characters. Okay, so does anyone else have anything to add on this? I don't want to take it up.
I think he's using, because in phone, right? Because it's an auto mode and a manual mode. Try to use a manual mode.
Mhm.
I guess you have a lot of manipulation when it comes to the settings, the ISO, the white balance, what else? Shutter speed. So yeah,
Mhm.
try to play with it.
Mhm.
Because I think as he's using an auto mode and crop, I'm not sure if that's yeah, the background as well. It really looks like a folded box or something.
Yeah,
Try yeah. So focus your camera on the actual figures itself, not on the whole thing, because we can
sure.
see the lines of the background.
Yeah, I mean, what you could do too, like for starting out, you can just use just a white Bristol board, just like a hot white shot. You know what I mean? And zoom in a little bit more just on Godzilla and Kong. You don't necessarily need the aircraft carrier and everything in the shot. You know what I mean? Just have them and just angle it too. Give it a Dutch angle. You know what I mean? Where Godzilla is coming up from this, from up above and Kong from below, because Godzilla is meant to be taller. You know what I mean? So that's other things that you could try too. So on Instagram, I want to bring your attention to a particular artist that he does what he does, just minimal backgrounds, but he does a great job at just capturing the character. Is Mr. Lee. You guys know about Mr. Lee?
Yes, Mr. Lee.
Mhm.
So he's just focusing on the thing and the rim lighting. That's his
Yes.
style.
Okay, so let me just show you just a basic shot that he does. Okay. So,
Ooh.
Oh damn, that is
Yeah.
Wow.
damn.
and see, look, he doesn't have any elaborate.
Damn, that is
backwards or anything
sexy.
like that.
Why is this Batman so sexy?
Mhm.
That is one erotic Batman right there.
Yeah. Okay, so see, like when you're starting out, you don't necessarily need like
Oh my.
like a whole bunch of props or anything like that. You can just do something very simple, something easy for you to set up and things. And what he's focusing on here is the lighting, the angle, okay, and like the and the what's it called? I'm losing. I'm at a loss for words now. All of a sudden. Perspective, yes, okay,
Mhm.
yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
it's
that's
very important.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah, so you can start out with just portraits, you know what I mean? And like you don't need a lot. You don't need a lot.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh
And
my.
Yeah.
Pretty.
Wow.
and this guy
that is
this
breathtaking.
guy have 84K
Yes.
followers.
He's got
He
84,000
is
followers.
killing
He's
it.
here in
My
Taiwan.
damn.
God.
He's here in
Wow.
Taiwan. I still got to meet up
Taiwan's
with
got the numbers. These
Yeah.
guys got some amazing photographers over there.
Mhm.
Oh,
It's
Yeah.
like
Are
a
you
trip
talking
to
about me too?
Taiwan.
Are you talking about me too?
Of course.
Of course.
Shit, I didn't go to Taiwan. Taking a vacation. We'll learn something.
Mikasa is su casa, brother. Mikasa is su casa.
We'll figure
Alrighty.
something out.
Yes.
That's not too long. That's not for too long.
Yeah, right. You got 3 days, bro. That's it. 2
Yeah.
moon cycles and out.
All right. So I recommend you guys. Okay, so everybody in the chat, if you guys are not following Mr. Lee, I recommend that you check him out. You guys follow him and just watch what he does with just very minimal stuff, and it's just beautiful, So, yeah. Okay. So, and you know what? Like for Daikaiju do, I mean, you're starting out, so like you will. You'll slowly build up your repertoire of things that you can use in your shots and things. Also, in my Facebook, I have an album where you can download paper craft buildings. You know what I mean? So if you don't have the money to spend for iPop designs or other or something, you can just get paper craft buildings. And on my Facebook, okay, there's like if you go to my Instagram and you go to one of the stories, it has the link to where you can get the printable buildings, and you can just use that in the meantime. You know what I mean? Until you build up. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Does anyone else have anything to add to this?
No, I think
Maybe have a bit more fun with the posing, too.
Yeah.
I think that would help too. Bring them a bit more to life. Put them in a bit more dramatic. Might be a bit more fun.
Especially with Kong.
Yeah, I
Mhm.
agree. I always feel like if you take a photo where it's always like mid punch or like
Mhm.
mid action,
It's very tricky.
It's very hard. It's something
Yeah.
that I don't even try to attempt half of the time. Most of the time, I'm doing impact or I'm doing like post impact. You know what I mean? Like like after once the connection has been made, that's when I want to take that photo because I feel like that's the more like visually appealing thing than like looking at somebody like winding up the the elbow for the punch. I feel like it's never exciting unless you do it in a drastically different direction. I would like to do that. I would put Kong at the center focus and Godzilla like in the foreground, just kind of like out of frame and like not out of frame, but like out of focus. I would make the focus on Godzilla throwing the punch versus him like standing and you know what I mean? Mid,
Sure.
it just doesn't look visually interesting. But it's still a great attempt. I
Sure.
give props.
Yeah.
Cool.
I would have give a little bit more distance on the background.
Sure.
Mhm.
You know, so you always have a distance to your background.
Yeah.
If you, yeah, the thing is, if you don't have the distance, you can always. I mean, I don't know. This guy's goal is it to become an ACBA in the future or to just practice, do edits. Like me, I don't usually have the distance, so try to
All
edit.
right.
Try to edit the background. You can actually do that. So by using snap speed, there's a lens something. I forgot. I don't. My phone's broken, so I can't remember.
Well, on the topic of using that too, if you're open to editing, Snapseed does have that healing tool that you could use to clean up the cardboard markings too.
Okay, I did not know that, but yeah,
Mhm.
that one.
It's very
Get to
helpful.
He's watching.
Pretending to work.
Get to work, Patrick.
Kinda.
Get back to work.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right,
He's
so,
been chatting with me for a while now.
yeah, and he's opening a brand new restaurant. He's opening a brand new restaurant, a Taiwanese
Ooh.
Congratulations.
restaurant. Congratulations.
Yo.
Yeah,
Congrats,
congratulations, Pat.
Congratulations. Yeah.
Way to
Cool.
go, baby.
Yes, sir. Alrighty. So let's move on to the next one. I think that's pretty much it for starters, yeah?
Yep.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right, so pounding the gavel. Bing. Okay.
Bing bong.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So this one comes to us by Rad Goji.
Oh, this is amazing.
I like this, but I feel it's absent of white light.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah. So in any shot that you do, whether it's a nighttime shot or a shot where like it's like Godzilla's engulfed in fire, you're always gonna need some white light. Okay. And I feel here that there's just no white light here at all.
Mm.
I noticed that in some of his shots as well, and
Mhm.
also the sparks are not that big, so try to decrease the size of the sparks at the same time. Decrease the opacity because as sparks fly, the sparks will disappear a little bit, so it'll fade a little bit. So yeah, try
But
to
also too, like in reality, like sparks won't fly that high either. You know,
Yeah.
like, so they're low. You know,
Try to be at
Godzilla's
the
100 meters
price.
tall. You know what I mean?
At the knees at least, it'll be nice. At the same time, don't make it a little bit obvious.
Yeah.
But nice shot though, I like it.
Mhm. I love the angle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the angle is perfect. This is
Yeah,
a
it's
perfect
simple.
lined up perfect.
White
Yeah.
light. I mean,
Yeah, just
know,
a white
it
light would
feels-
literally fix the whole problem with this.
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, because see, like if there's like I get the feeling like in the naked eye through his camera, like there's the light is coming from below and it's actually illuminating these buildings quite nicely and
Mhm.
things.
Mhm.
But because there's no white light to offset it, it kind of like it just feels flat. You know what I mean? Like it almost feels like one flat color.
You know
Yeah.
what it looks like hell.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like it just looks
I
like it
like
doesn't look like there's no like the white light doesn't like let you kind of like get the reality of it. It just looks fake. So it makes the edited part stand out even more.
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
At the same time, I don't know if he's using a phone or a DSLR because when I use a phone and there's not much white light, the camera is having a hard time in focusing. the camera doesn't focus on his face, also on his, I think it focuses on his arms and on
Mhm.
his waist. So I think if you add white light, the camera is going to be it's going to be easy to focus on his head, on the
Yeah.
important parts of his body.
Mhm.
It's what happened to me in phone. I'm not sure in DSLR if it also
The same
happens. So
Yeah.
same thing happens
Yeah.
to the DSLR, which is why you
okay,
always need the
Mhm.
white
Yeah.
light.
yeah.
Mhm.
But how much white light and what kind of white light is another question that we need to give
Mm.
him too.
Mhm.
Is
Obviously, the soft one.
so yeah, okay, so like for example, like if you're not sure, start off with like 5,000, or I use sometimes even 9,000 Kelvin, and then
Oh
I
yeah.
just diffusing it, just diffuse it, you know what I mean? It's like the more you diffuse it, now the more it dims, you know what I mean? Or what you could also do, like what Isaiah's been doing with his shots recently, is like he doesn't have light directly on the figure. He flips the
Mm.
lights up, and then the lights bounce off the ceiling,
Yeah. So
because
it's
he's got low ceiling, so it gives you that nice dim lighting. You know what I mean? So that's something you could try too.
Mhm.
yes,
Yeah,
I think the term is the refractor or diffractor, diffuser. I don't know, but the
Mhm.
reflector,
ceiling is like
diffuser, yeah.
deflector. Yeah, so like deflector, reflector. I don't know, but yeah, the ceiling is like a natural deflector. So what ISI is doing is
Mhm.
that the light is too strong, so it
Mhm.
reflects, it bounces. So
Yes,
that's why there's some people who use even a bond paper or just a whiteboard just to bounce off the light. So you
yeah,
don't need to
I
have a
got a
strong light.
piece
So, yeah.
of poster board that I hold up for it sometimes too.
Mm.
sure,
Mhm.
yeah. So
I
yeah, so
use my
go ahead,
phone,
go ahead, Akira.
like
Go
my
ahead.
phone screen. But
The
these days I
flashlight.
just use no, no, not no, not the flashlight. Let me show
Yeah,
you.
because that one's too strong. So yeah.
Um, one of those. Hold up.
Okay.
One day we got this.
So you turn your screen into. Oh shit!
Uh-huh.
I can't show it.
Oh no, it doesn't work.
Oh
Oh
It doesn't work.
no!
no, the green screen has failed him.
So anyway, either that or you use your Ulanzi
Mm,
the Ulanzi and you put it into 1% or 3%. That should be fine.
this is
Yeah.
gonna be
Mhm.
tricky. I mean, this is a Nokia, by the way. So use that. Oh, there it is. You wrote down.
First box. But yeah, keep going, keep
Yeah,
going.
Keep
yeah.
going.
If you're having a hard time, what I usually do is just get a Ulanzi or just get an extra phone or extra flashlight and just
Sure.
do it like this, different shots like
Yep.
that.
Yeah.
I got a new toy just for that reason. Actually, I got this that I'm using to partially light
Oh,
my face. It's one of
Woo!
the Ulanzi light ones,
Oh,
and
I
I
Oh
see.
got one of
nice.
those cheap Amazon tripods. So I
Uh,
put it on that and have it because it covers more of my table now. So it
uh,
gives it more of that coverage.
Oh wow,
yeah,
it's a
that's
yeah,
very
pretty
yeah.
thick
cool.
Mhm.
white lightsaber.
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah, that is a
Brandon, how many
lightsaber.
of those do you have?
I only got one for right now. I'm
Oh,
planning to get
Right
another.
now,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
got three of
right
them.
now.
yeah. I'm planning
Mhm.
to get another two, so I
I'm
can
probably
hold
gonna get
three of
a
them.
few more. Yeah, I want to get a
Yeah,
few
because
more.
they're so cheap. But I just wanted to make sure I had my one. Oh my god, this thing is beautiful. Oh, I'm
I
gonna
have
have
an
to
open
put it in.
mind too, Brandon.
No, what are you
I have,
doing? Get over there. Go get it.
you know, I have like two whole racks of unboxed things that I haven't have yet to unbox.
My
What the
God,
hell?
Open your
you.
stuff. Free it from the
Wow.
prison, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I will. I'll work on it.
I believe in you.
All right. So, do we have anything to add to this shot here, everybody?
No,
No, I think
No,
that's pretty good.
Okay.
nice edit. Nice edit though
Mhm.
on the background. I like
Alrighty.
it.
All right. So, gavel. Bing. Okay.
Bonk.
So this one comes to us by ism_s_25.
Hey.
So
I like that.
he
Background.
does stop motion, right?
Mhm.
Yes, he does. Yeah.
He does stop motion. Couple things to adjust here. Because I can clearly tell, he's using like like what we said before with that Godzilla versus Kong photo, having distance between the subject and your background. You know what I mean?
Oh,
You need
the,
more
mm,
distance. Also, to you want to cover like the separation of your mat and your poster board with adding something like trees or rocks or something. You know what I mean? Also, something in the foreground as well. Okay, that'll help build depth, and maybe just like some debris and everything close to his feet. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah.
yeah. I understand the lack of resources for the trees. I mean, I do have trees. It's just that I am very lazy. These trees, I'm
Mm-hmm.
just very lazy to stick it.
Mhm.
Now, what he can
Show
try
those
is
again.
that
Show those again.
do the this
Show
one.
those again. Ah, yeah. I gotta get me more
Yeah.
of those. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, that one.
Yeah.
So what he does is just the perspective. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just play with the perspective, so we won't or crop it, or we can crop it down. So yeah,
Yeah. And
perspective
angle
and
it
crop.
too.
That's it.
He needs a Dutch angle here too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Akira, what do you say? I think you're muted, buddy. You're on mute.
Similar thing that I would say to the one before with the Godzilla versus Kong one.
Yeah.
I think this one is very similar. Just
Sure.
need to go down a little bit lower on the angle,
Yeah.
a little bit of separation from the backdrop, and as Jam said, maybe add more trees at the back.
Sure. And
Yeah,
some stuff at the front too, like in the foreground too. Just so
definitely.
it out.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyone
If you
else?
don't have that, just do it with the perspective. That's it. Angles and stuff. Try a
Yeah.
different angle.
Mhm.
Yeah.
For me, personally, when you're editing the spines, add a little bit more white to Godzilla's
Mm,
spines. It'll break it away from that sky a bit. Because especially with how Instagram compresses, it might make it, especially for me who has kind of shit eyes, where it blends together a little bit. If you
mm,
add a bit more white, and actually, if you go and look at like the Showa ones, there's a bit of white on the outline of it, and that would probably help make the spines look a little bit better for me, or at least me personally.
yeah.
Agreed.
Okay.
Mason did that actually. Mason did
Mhm.
that in his latest shot. It's not it
Mhm.
instead of the white light, he added it a little bit of gray in it.
Mhm.
That's complicated, but yeah, what you said is actually pretty
Mhm.
true.
Hmm.
Mhm.
Okay. So I think that's pretty much it. Just yeah, just mind your composition. You know what I mean? Maybe like you see Godzilla's tail, it's out of shot. Maybe just you know um curve his tail so it can be more in shot. I guess I don't I'm not
Mhm.
I don't know. What do you think, guys?
Actually, like you were saying with the foreground, he could pop off the end of the tail and have it cover up that horizon line
Yeah.
in the foreground,
Yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah.
and it would cover all that up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did
Yeah.
that with
Use
my
the tail.
Ultima
Use
shot.
the tail. So like he's swinging his
Mm,
Mhm.
tail around, right? And then it just you just position the tail where it just covers that. So
Mhm.
that would be good. I do that sometimes actually.
Mhm.
yeah.
Alrighty.
I
Anyone?
don't think
Anything else?
his action figure can. I don't think he has a articulation in the tail though. I don't know what.
It has a little
But
bit.
if you have a
It's ball jointed.
Godzilla, then you can do that. You know what I mean? Like you have like he's off to the side. You know what I mean? Just create that illusion.
Mm,
You can
okay.
do that.
Actually, that or since 54 is already laying down, have his tail go across that horizon line.
This is a
Yeah.
NECA,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, that's true too.
Hmm.
Sure.
You can always take off the tail
Mhm.
Yeah.
at the joint and just put it in the front.
Yeah.
Blow dryer, baby.
Blow dry. That's right. A man's best friend.
Oh yeah.
Not mine.
No, yeah, see, not my.
Oh
It didn't work
no.
on me. It did not work on me. I mean, I
Uh,
don't know. I don't know.
Alrighty. So, anything else to say about this?
No.
No,
Okay.
that's all. I think we said
All right.
what we said.
Okay. So, pounding the gavel. Bink.
Bonk.
Okay. Here we go. Okay. This next one comes to us by Aga underscore. I don't know.
Agatia.
Agatia.
Yeah,
Okay.
I guess.
Alrighty. So Ultramaners in the house. Do you guys want to start with this one?
Yeah, the posing is nice, but always be careful when you use that ground effect by Tamashi.
Mm-hmm.
Because especially if you look at it, he's on the grass area, then somehow
Yeah,
that
like
pops up. So if you use that, you want to go make sure like as if it's sort of submerged to the ground a little bit instead of just
Mhm.
stay on the same level,
Mhm.
and maybe just a little bit more light on the effect.
mm-hmm.
Mhm.
And I guess that's it. But this, I don't know. The grass looks like a little bit too big for Ultraman. Yeah. So
It
Mhm.
is. Yeah,
I'm
it's throwing
yeah
me off a little bit. And also like the
Yeah.
angle of it too. You know what I mean? So like if he could just put trees or houses there instead, that would I think that would work a little bit better, and also too something in the foreground too. You know.
Mhm.
yeah
And but the thing though is that he's got a light. There's a light in front of the figure, and then there's a light in the back.
Mm.
yep
Kind of, it's offsetting. You know what I mean? Because then in the distance here, there's just this dark spot here. You know what I mean? So the
Mm.
light's not
Mhm.
balanced. You know,
yeah. Light is not balanced.
it's not balanced, and like these effects, I don't know if he really needs these effects here. You know what I mean? Because I'm not
Yeah.
sure
Mhm.
what what's happening here. You know, so
Yeah.
I think it's a case of too many props.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's the case of
Yeah.
wanting to use the props, but you have to think when you use a prop, does it make sense or not? So
Mhm.
that's
Mm.
the
sure.
one
Yeah.
thing that you need to do.
That was another thing for me too. Is it's there's a lot of like action going on below him, but that attack is him just throwing something. So unless you were gonna have like another monster present and had it look like they threw something at him and he was reacting to it or whatever, I don't know.
Hmm.
It's a lot for an attack. It doesn't really fit personally.
Yeah, I
Sure.
agree.
Mhm.
Good point.
Yeah, I think he just really needs to think about what he wants to portray here. You know what I mean? So, yeah.
Mhm. That and
Okay.
maybe zoom it in a little bit, have him fill up more of the
Yeah.
frame.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe not use this grass because this grass just
Mhm.
looks
The
too.
scale.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it's
scale
not the
off.
same. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, so maybe not use this kind of grass at all. You know,
Mhm.
and just add trees or mountains and hills and stuff like that. That would work a lot better if he has
Yeah.
Mhm.
access to it.
If he has that one though, I mean, if it's okay if he doesn't have one, if that's his only background, it's okay. But
Hmm.
you
Mhm.
have to put a lot of effort into the angle so we won't see it.
Mhm.
Sure.
That's it.
Yeah.
Definitely needs more light too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Um.
At the back.
Mhm.
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 The background
See,
of the
like
shot's just off.
if you look at the background, okay, the clouds, okay, so judging by the whiteness of the clouds at the top, so in the picture, the light is coming from above.
Mm.
Yep. It
Okay.
should be a
About
daylight,
upper
shiny
right.
daylight.
Upper. Yeah.
Okay,
Upper
so
right.
you have to pay attention. Sometimes you have to pay attention to where the light is coming from in your background, so then you can translate that with your lights in the foreground and in the midground. You know what I mean? Because
Mhm.
if you don't do that, then it's just all over the place, like how we're talking about it right now.
Mhm.
So that's one thing to pay attention to, is to pay attention to, like, look at your background, okay, and look at, okay, where is the light coming from in this background, in this picture? Oh, it's right above. So then have those lights, like the rim light high above, and then just make sure that the light covers like your whole area. So that's one thing to keep in mind.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
Mhm.
Anything else here, guys?
No, I think that's pretty much it.
I don't know.
I think
Yeah.
we touched on everything.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so let's pound the gavel. Poink. Okay. So this one comes to us
Ooh, I
from
like this one.
Zilla. I think he's in the
Ooh.
chat right now.
Mhm.
Too blue in my opinion.
Yeah.
Too blue.
Yeah, there's a
Yeah.
lot of
Mhm.
blue going on there.
Yeah. It's too
different
blue.
choice of background would have helped
Mhm.
this.
But the
Would be
thing though
nice.
is like he's got blue here on the background, and then he's got blue in the front, and then blue coming on from this side too. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So it's just all over the place, you know. So yeah, you need to rethink about where how you want your lights positioned, and just to make it look more natural looking. The waves are okay. I wouldn't use cotton for like the extra splashes. I would use plastic wrappings and stuff like that, and stay away from cotton. Like I used to do this, you know what I mean? But then
Oh
like
yeah.
I fell out of love with it, and I just started
Mhm.
using like bits of plastic and stuff like that for like water splashes. And since your figure is represented to be in water, wet your figure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and things. So
I think using cotton is alright, but make sure it's really
It's
fine,
blurry.
like
yeah,
Yeah.
very thin,
yeah,
and
it's
then it
thinned
Mm-hmm.
has
out.
to be out of focus.
Sure.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah. I do like how he manipulates the waves. The waves are actually pretty good. I
Yeah.
love what you did with the cotton. Like what Akira said, just blur it out. You can blur it out in snap speed. So yeah, we can just cheat on that.
Mhm.
But yeah, just too much blue on it. There's another light in here. There's an orange or yellow light in his
Yeah, it's
spine.
coming up from the front.
Okay,
Yeah.
try to
So
manipulate it. If your light it doesn't have, it's not like Ulanzi that manipulates the white balance. Try to manipulate the white balance of your device. I'm not sure if he's using a camera or a phone.
Mhm.
I don't
Yeah.
know. Are you in here, Isaiah? Tell me if you is he in here? I thought I saw him in here
I
earlier.
thought he
Yeah,
was.
I think
Yeah.
he should be.
Yeah.
I saw him
Okay.
earlier. So yeah.
Yeah, so the color of background too. See, cause see, you got like the color of the waves matches the color of the background. You know
Oh
what I
yeah.
mean?
Mm,
Yeah, you want to use like a different background. Maybe
So
use
it's a
like
camera.
say again.
Mhm.
It's
mm,
a camera. He uses a camera.
I'll use
yeah.
this camera. Okay.
Okay. It's very similar to the problem of Rado Goji. Your camera is having a hard time focusing because it's like almost everything is the same color. So
Yes.
make it different.
Yeah. Exactly. So if you have like a different color of sky, like I like using like that afternoon type color. You know what I mean? That afternoon
Mhm.
lighting and things like that. I think that would I think it would look a little bit more pleasing and stuff, and especially help bring out the colors too a little bit more. Actually, make it a little bit
Mhm.
more natural. This blue light here is not necessary.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah, the blue light coming from this side here on the left. Yeah.
Mhm.
So, Brandon, what do you think?
I I agree with everything you guys said already. There's just a lot of use of excess blue. It's just too
Mhm.
blue. It's
Yeah.
almost hard to read. Almost, it's almost like staring into the void. I love the setup of the buildings itself, like the way they're
Yeah.
lined up perfectly. I feel like there
Hmm.
needs to be just like another row,
Mm-hmm.
like you know what I mean. Like behind those
Mhm.
buildings, there need to be buildings because you know cities are
Mm,
very, like as a person who lives in a city, like a major city, like it's like there's it almost looks never ending when you're staring at it from very
Staggered.
far.
Sure.
Yeah, they're
yeah.
very staggered out and they're everywhere.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
that would be one thing. I would say maybe he could even spray the like what is the water effect with like water too,
Yeah.
you
Sure.
know, to enhance it, and then maybe a glass in front of it and then spray the bottom half of it to give that
That's what I've done.
illusion
Yeah.
of like movement,
With
you
yeah,
know.
Mhm.
with water. Yeah. It's like if
Yeah.
you put like the either like a plastic acetate
Mm-hmm.
either in front of the figure or behind the figure and spray water on it, so like it gives the illusion of splashes. And if you have like the light, a proper light, the light passing through those water effects, it gives like that extra shine, to the water. But also you need to wet your figure too.
Mhm.
Oh
So
yeah, that most definitely.
yeah.
Kind of want to zoom it in. If you zoom it in, because what Brandosaurus actually said is that the buildings are dense. So if he doesn't have any other buildings, zoom it in and then remove the building on the left side, then place it on the back of the building.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
because there's too much, I think there's a lot of space in here. You can just crop it. or
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah,
system it
a
is.
lot like yeah, a lot of that left side and the top could be just
Yeah.
Mm,
taken right off, and it would make the city look so much bigger.
If you have like access to like little helicopters and stuff like that, you can put like
eh,
a glass, like a plastic see-through glass in front
yeah,
of Godzilla, and then just stick them on the glass.
just like
That
little
would help
helicopter
with,
here.
with these, with the dead space here.
Mhm.
What I do sometimes. Also, too,
Yeah.
like if you have access to like a little boat, put them on the waves. Like, oh my god, oh shit, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, that would be cool.
Fishing vessel, yeah,
yeah,
that one.
yeah.
And you're right about zooming in because that would be a better composition as well. Because right now on the grid, if you can see it, Godzilla is it's not in the middle, but it's also not on the right on the third one, so it's a little bit
Rule of
weird.
thirds. Rule of
Yeah.
thirds.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So by zooming in, you can eliminate that, and you can get rid of the building on the left and fill in the gaps.
Sure. Cool.
When you guys take photos, do you guys use the grid on your your phones or your cameras to
I
set it
do.
up?
Yeah, I
Yes.
do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I do.
Yes.
I feel like it
Yes.
helps when you're trying to tell
It helps.
stories. I
Yep.
feel like
Yeah.
you can like do like almost like a 3-act thing with like
Mm-hmm.
each like frame, and I feel like if you're trying to tell that story of like Godzilla's headed towards the city, I feel like
Yep.
you want to make the center focus the city, so move Godzilla off to the side and
Yep.
let that city speak for itself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what I would do, like to make this a little bit better, contrast. So you got the blue. So let's put the red up top. Like I always contrast my red with blue. it's my thing. It's like the signature thing, like that I try to do in a lot of my shots and even in my house. So like I try to make sure that like I'm using opposites. So I think a red background would make this look
Sure.
make it look really cool and really like almost like the threat is coming. Like you know what I mean? Like it's like doom is
Yeah.
coming.
The looming
Make him just
threat,
look scarier, especially because
Yes.
Godzilla has those red eyes. So he has it perfectly lined up with the building that like his eye is sitting in the building. So it would look like the red of his eye matches the red of the background. So it would look even scarier. Like
Mhm.
that. I think
Yep.
that would be cool. Make that Godzilla look, freaking creepy as he should.
Mhm.
Sure. Yeah. Cool. So, anything else to add to this, everybody?
One last thing. Like you were saying about the sky, if you were gonna use a blue one like this too, I'd honestly personally pick one with clouds in it, just to give it a little bit more texture, break it up a little bit instead of the just flat blue look. Personally,
Yeah. Agreed. Or something that looks like a sunset, maybe that sunset color, that dust.
Yeah.
Kinda,
definitely the different color thing. But if you're
Mhm.
gonna go with blue, I'd personally add a bit of texture to it.
No, yeah.
Mhm. Make it a little bit darker, or a little bit darker. I don't know what is the light source in the waves as well. I don't know why the waves are also too light.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Also, too, like what I do too. I learned this from Alan, because I used to use just the blue cellophane. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
But then Alan combined a blue cellophane with a green cellophane.
Oh,
And then it gives
That's
that
smart.
Oh.
I
water.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh, I
so
gotta do
that's what I
that.
do now with my water. Instead of just having just a straight blue cellophane, I also add the green. So the green is underneath. The blue on top is
Mhm.
underneath. Yeah.
Yes, that's very realistic because not all oceans are deep blue. Some of them are actually green. Either it's because of the pollution or it's just because of the height.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I would do that, Isaiah, okay? Yeah.
Or
All right.
black.
Or
Oh
black
yeah,
too.
or black. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Black
nice.
works too.
Mhm.
Yeah. Have maybe like I don't know
Yeah,
if there's like
polluted water.
a black
That's how it is in my city, unfortunately.
on on my city as well. So yeah, not
So-
my city, but in a city. So yeah.
like a black cellophane, but then plastic wrappings like for the
Mhm.
waves, I guess. Yeah. So
Either works.
yeah. Alrighty. So can we move on, guys?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Yes.
Bink. Okay. Here we go. Oh shit! Hold on.
Nope.
My bad, guys.
He broke it.
Oh no.
Okay,
There
so
we go.
this is Jonathan's first attempt.
Oh wow.
Um,
Oh.
Woo! Alexander.
oh my goodness. Okay. Yeah, no worries, brother. Okay, that's why we're here. Okay.
Mhm.
Uh, Manji. Alrighty. Okay, baby. See you later. So I'm just saying bye to my wife. She's going out. Okay. So Jonathan, Sean,
Jonathan.
Sean,
Jonathan.
Jonathan. Yeah, it's gonna be stuck in my head. Thanks, man.
So sorry. I'm so sorry.
This is a good first attempt. Sean.
Well, this is great.
Again, because you're just starting out, you don't have Jonathan. You don't have access to a lot of things like to do toy photography at the level that we're all doing. So like if you look at Mr. Lee's for Instagram, okay, so Akira, can you type in the comments Mr. Lee's Instagram so everybody can check him out too? Okay. So what I would suggest for you just to start, just to play with the posing and the lighting and things, you know what I mean? So if you look at like the posters for Godzilla Planet of the Monsters, if you look at the poster for Shin Godzilla, you know what I mean? It's just like there's nothing in that poster, it's just him, you know what I mean? Like for Planet of the Monsters, there's just like this white background, you know what I mean? And for Shin Godzilla, there's just this red background, you know what I mean? So like you can play around with colored backgrounds, you know what I mean? And then just use lighting, play around with the posing and things just to start out, Yeah. And also remember the angle too, because see, I can see your coffee table and then like where your coffee table starts and your background starts, you know what I mean? So
Mhm.
yeah, those things again. So anybody have anything to say for Jonathan?
Sean. Okay. Actually, he has a question. He said, how to add grid. It's actually in the options. I assume that you're using a phone, I guess. I'm not sure. Please correct me. So I think you're using a phone. Just go to your settings and there's a word grid in there. Just enable that setting. Now, what I agree, what it doesn't have every single body parts of Gaza doesn't have to be in the picture.
Yeah,
I noticed that your light is facing the background. Don't do that
yeah,
because yeah, if you don't have the distance, if you don't have the luxury of the distance or the big space, don't do don't have your light facing the background because like what happened here, I can see your background, the light is reflecting, it's bouncing off.
yeah,
That's why we
Mhm.
can see it.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
Most people do this. Where
yeah,
are you? That one is either that but not this,
yeah,
unless you have something, unless you have sun, which is you
yeah,
need to light it up like what Patrick did, or this even
hmm,
white, or this you can cover the light with probably a tissue paper, a very thin paper, parchment
hmm,
paper perhaps. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. So yeah, just mind the angle, you know what I mean? Because Godzilla is
Mhm.
a giant, you know what I mean? So like larger than life characters, you know what I mean? It's always best like to give it that perspective, like from looking up at him, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So yeah,
Yeah.
but like if you have like a deep like yeah, again, increase sh- throw your background needs to go further back, you know what I mean? So like if we had like this deep black, you know what I mean, we just see the figure, then that would look a little bit better, so yeah. Anything else, guys?
The focus is anywhere but the head, so you need to watch that as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like the focus is on like the center chest, right?
yeah, it
Yes.
looks, oh yeah,
Mhm.
that looks more focused than
Yeah.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's because his phone is too
And is
close
that
to the
eh,
subject.
yeah, one thing
Could
you can
be.
do, like with phones,
But
right? Like the
is there Godzilla's poop on the floor?
Oh my God, Akira. But okay,
Kira.
Akira.
Jonathan, you know how like phones,
Jonathan.
their cameras are like this, right? Just flip it around, and then that way you can get like a better perspective, like a high,
Do
from a
that.
lower perspective. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Do
Yep,
that.
yep,
Yeah.
yep. That's true.
yeah,
It's all
Yeah,
about
do
the
that.
angle of the dangle, ladies
It's
and
all
gentlemen.
about the thing. I don't like using phone. I've used a DSLR before. I just don't have the luxury of the time. Um, for phone, the thing about phone is that they are incredibly flexible because in cameras
Mhm.
they're fat. They're bulky. So you don't have the flexibility of it. So make use of that. Take advantage of that.
yeah.
Not wrong.
I'd also maybe play with the posing and aspect ratio a bit more too.
Yeah.
Like the posing, one thing that helps, it's a little silly, but if you like stand there and try to make the pose you want to convey, you can use yourself as a reference. I think y'all have said it on here in the past, but like that helps. And then the different aspect ratio, it gives it
Mm.
a bit more of a cinematic or poster vibe if you switch it up instead of the I forget what it is, but like if you switch it to like 16:9, 3:2 and flip it or something like that, you could make it convey different things a little bit easier, I think.
Yeah.
If you're having a hard time, just like phone users, if you're having a hard time in focusing his face, I can relate to that. So what do you do is that you have to zoom out on the you have to zoom out. Just put some distance from between your phone and your figure. Take a picture as long as the face is focused, because this picture is the focus part is the chest. So you
Mhm.
have to make it in the face.
Yeah.
So zoom out. Then once you take a picture of it, make sure it's focus. Crop it. That's
Yeah.
what Mason does. Mason does that every time.
Yeah. So, Sean, think of like this. Think of shots like this. Fuck. Like
Mhm.
this. Okay. Very simple. You know what I mean? Just a plain background and stuff like that. But like, you're playing with the
Yep.
shadows and stuff. You know what I mean? So that's something you could do. So like, even the Shin Godzilla poster. You know what I mean? It's they're playing with the shadows and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So think of it like that. You know what I mean? Start off with like that. Another artist that I would recommend that you look at is Bug, ACBA's Bug, because he uses a lot of whites backgrounds and stuff, right? So Brandon, you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah, it's the white hot,
White hot,
shots,
white hot,
white hot,
Yes.
white hot, white hot,
white hot, baby.
white hot.
Let me,
Yeah, those are some of the trickier but simple way to pick up a technique of
Mhm.
figuring out how to light
Yep.
stuff. I used to do it a long time ago and I gave up on it.
so look at. So I'm gonna show Bug's shot with Hulk.
Well, that's a
Just the
spelling.
white. Yeah,
Yeah, I'll post
Yeah.
the link on the YouTube so they
I
have.
love this one. This Thor one. Sounds
Oh,
bad.
that's fun.
Yeah. So that's it. Yeah. So go look at Bug _ ACBA. Akira, can you type that in?
Already did.
Oh, you already did.
I-
Okay, cool.
Hell yeah.
It won't post for some reason. I typed in Mr. Lee's one. It just won't post. Very odd. It won't come out on the comments. I don't know why.
I don't know. So
Akira broke it.
just go.
Yeah, maybe I broke it.
Yeah. Okay. So you've seen him. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Ready. So anything to add to this, people?
No.
No. All right. Pounding the gavel. Boink. Okay. Here we go. So
Oh, I
this
see
is
this
our good friend. I blanked out. My God.
You
Need
got
more
this.
coffee.
You got this.
Jim and
Jim. Thank you, Jim. Jim and Cal. Okay, I like this very much. couple things that what I would do just to adjust this a little bit more is just again spacing. Like I know he struggles with space because like I remember like from the episode that we interviewed him and stuff like that, he's using like a very small space in his basement and
Mm.
things.
Yeah.
So yeah, like if he could just give more of a foreground and backgrounds too, you know what I mean? So but other than that, like everything is nice about this, so
Mhm.
just the spacing, it's too a little too crammed in. Brandon, what do you think?
I would say
Yeah.
the only thing that I would like change personally is the placement of the fire. Like
Yeah,
bring it
it's
closer.
Yep.
It's too in focus, so it doesn't look like fire. It looks like a
That's the
Fire.
thing. Yeah,
like a
that's
tech
what I was
piece.
trying
Yeah.
to.
And
Yeah.
then blast that thing with light. Just blast
What
that
I would
thing like
do-
there's no
What I would
tomorrow.
do with that fire is to bring it right up almost to the camera,
Mhm.
maybe lower it, you know what I mean,
Yes.
and then blast it with light, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So then that'll give that like that hue, that fire hue, like right close to the camera, and that'll help build the depth.
Mhm.
Yeah, and depending on how you light
Yep.
it, like if you light it from like underneath, the
Mhm.
red might spread out to like everything else, so it'll actually look like it's illuminating things.
Yeah.
Because that's
Sure.
something I do. I put like some lights in front of effect parts and just
Mhm.
let the light go through, so it has that more like glowy effect versus that like
Okay.
the room is red kind of look.
Sure.
Yeah.
Might also be good to put it closer to the end of the beams to convey that the
Yes.
beams are what's destroying stuff, because it's in between Ghidorah and Gigan, where like if going off like the story of the photo, I don't know what would have caused it there personally.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, the
Mhm.
trajectory of
Mhm.
the light
Yeah.
of the lightning is not hitting where the fire is. Yeah.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
feel like
Mhm.
if he could have crammed it into that corner, just go straight left with it and then
Mhm.
pull it forward. So
Mhm.
it's just like the very ends of it are sticking up, kind of like almost like, wait, where am I? Like this.
Mhm.
It would have
Yeah.
looked a lot better if it was like all the way over here, like this,
Mhm.
versus
Could
being
use
like
it to
somewhere
fill out
here.
the framing.
Yeah.
on
And then I feel like he needs a little bit of light
there.
up top,
There's a lot of
just a
lights.
touch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I
My,
think. Oh
Yeah,
no,
go ahead,
go ahead. No, you first.
okay, sorry. I have a question. This is for Harold and people who practice ACPA, because these gravity beams, they are lightning, right? And lightning are
Yes.
they're not as strong as our natural thunder, but there needs to be a glowing thing on that. So how
Mhm.
would you do this in your own method with the same angle and same posing? But how would you light up the the lightning parts, the
I,
ghost effect?
Hold on a second.
I would light it from the top,
Mm.
From the top?
focusing on the from the top. The reason
I would
why I
have
said from the
I would
top,
have. Go ahead, Akira. Sorry.
that's right. The reason because you just want to focus the light on the lightning effect, right? So
Mm.
you put it sort of like on top of the lightning effect. So it's just the lightning effect is lit up. If you put it
Mhm.
underneath, then it will bounce up towards it will light up the whole
The body.
figure itself as well.
Yeah. That's very tricky.
But that's
Could
not
also
that's not too bad too, either, because like when like if a light if a beam of light's coming out from his mouth, like that beam of light is gonna emanate that
Mhm.
light on the body too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like what I do for that, I mean I do put that light like on right to the bottom, but I also put another light with the snoot right on the mouth. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
then like it lights up
Mhm.
totally. So
Mhm.
yeah, so you
Mhm.
need
Yep.
like you need like more lights for that. You know
This
what I
is
mean?
very
Mhm.
tricky.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is. Yeah, so like if you look at my last
Usually,
Ghidorah, that's what I did with
Mm.
that shot. You know what I
Mm.
mean? So it was here. Let me find it for you. This one right here. Oh shit! Hold on. No, not that one. Hold on.
Also, you're welcome, Jonathan. Oh wait, just
Mhm.
Sean. Sean, right? Sean. Oh my.
Jonathan, yes. Continue.
Everyone that submits is
Yeah.
now named Jonathan.
Oh
All right,
no.
so
We're
this
naming
shot
the
right
we're
here. So
naming
like
fan
I'm using
Jonathan.
I'm using multiple.
Yep.
God damn, look at that
Lights.
shot, man. That's
That's
Yeah.
yeah.
beautiful.
Yeah.
So creative.
Thank
How did you
bud.
get the explosions to stick on the buildings like that? I like that idea.
And they're actually
Okay.
not. They're not on the building. I'm just making it look like they're on the building, but like
Oh,
actually
You're on
okay.
top of
you
a
know what I
building.
mean? Yeah, it's like off. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, I also do that. Yeah.
Yeah. So remember, tricking the eye. You're always looking for ways to trick the eye. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Try to your call this the aperture one. I don't know. I know. I remember that they're using a camera. Try to make the aperture smaller. About probably like 8.0, 5.0, anything that will focus Gigan and Ghidorah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I want to show
Yeah.
you another one with the how I use like the fire like right against the this shot right here.
Yes.
Mhm.
Perfect example right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Yep.
I use that. Try and use that trick. So like the effect is like right against nearly like right towards the camera, and then off to the side I'm using like these guys right here to
Oh,
direct light into it. You know what I mean? And that's the beauty of these guys right here. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
Because they're small enough that you can direct them to like that. Yeah. So
okay. He's embracing the name of Jonathan. Okay, I'll call it Jonathan then.
Beautiful. We're naming everyone Jonathan. My legend continues.
oh man. I love doing this because this is so much fun to hang with you guys, man. Yeah.
Yeah, agree.
Yes.
Agreed.
All right, so Jim, yeah, so just remember those little tricks and stuff, and yeah, man, just keep them coming. You're doing very good and things.
Keep it up.
Yeah,
Alrighty,
kudos to the visual. I like it. I like this
yes.
kind of shot.
Alrighty, so pounding the gavel. Boink.
Think.
Okay,
Oh.
so this one comes to us by XM Goku underscore. I've never seen him before, so he's new to me.
He's in our group chat, I think.
Is he?
Our
Is he
group
right
chat.
Pretty
now?
sure, yeah.
Is it?
Yes,
Mhm.
yeah.
Are you in the chat there?
Anyway.
No, in our
Um,
group chat on Instagram, I think.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
There's
Okay,
a
well,
group chat?
maybe yeah.
I w-
Posing for this. So
I think it's more the angle because I don't think that you
The
can
angle
post
too.
the. I don't know that Godzilla does. The Godzilla doesn't look like it's articulated at all, right?
No, I
which
don't think so.
Godzilla? Is
Looks
it
like he
the
joint
just-
healed it.
I can
Looks
see the
like he
joints
joint
in the
healed it.
neck.
What figure is that?
That's
I think it's
the
2021.
2021, I want to say.
2021.
Yeah, look
I
at the
can see
hands. It's the
the
2021.
I
Yeah.
can see the turtleneck.
Mhm.
Yeah,
I
Yeah,
mean, it's a turtleneck, right?
I don't.
I,
No,
It
it
Yes.
perfectly explains it.
That
I just never thought of how to explain it.
He doesn't need to turn the neck that much, but he does need to turn Mecha Godzilla's head towards Godzilla. He's not looking at him here.
Yeah, the body language is off
Yeah.
in the shot.
Yes,
It
the
almost
body
looks like
Yeah.
Mechagodzilla is looking past him.
looks like they're dancing.
It's looking. It's
Yeah,
looking
which
at,
is why I
at
said
us.
the angle. You
Mhm.
want to turn it a little bit. You want to show a little bit of the Godzilla's face, and at the same time, you want to look at Mecha Godzilla as well. With this, it's
Yeah.
about. It's only about like what 30% that is in focus in this
Yeah.
picture as well.
Mhm.
Sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so you
like
always
all
have to
the
watch out for that.
focus is on this turtleneck here.
Mhm.
Yeah.
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 it's-
So I would instead of having Godzilla stand like that, maybe have him stand like he's arching this way, looking at Godzilla. You know what I mean? So that way you can have the tail, and you know what I mean, just to build it that more that framing, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know with that Mecha Godzilla, the arms are just incredibly
Stiff.
difficult and
Yeah.
try and pose and stuff. But you do need to turn the head towards Godzilla,
Mhm.
you know, and
And honestly, with the arms, what you could do is put something under his one leg so he's more leaning like that to
yes,
make it look like
He
that
did that,
fist
yeah.
is coming
Yeah.
down from that top corner.
Mm-hmm.
He
And
did
honestly,
that.
I'd remove that sun glare a bit too.
yes, I
Yeah.
would. It's very
It's
just too-
distracting.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of too much. Not kind of,
Mhm.
but it is too much because I think the sun glare is distorting Mechagodzilla. If you're going for like what Harold mentioned earlier, have Godzilla face towards Mechagodzilla a little bit more,
Mhm.
and focus on Mechagodzilla instead.
Mhm.
That
Yes.
that could work. That could work.
Yeah.
That and, are the spines like the area below it blurry for anyone else?
It looks blurry.
It-
The whole
yeah.
shot just
Yeah.
looks blurry to me.
Yeah, it's
Mhm.
Blurry,
it's like an
the whole
edited
shot, yeah.
paint. Yeah,
Mhm.
there's an edited paint or something.
Mhm.
It was like they almost didn't feel confident in what they produced, so they threw a bunch of like filters
I
and
think
like edits
yeah.
on top of it. Let the work
He does-
speak for itself. It looks
Mhm.
like it's a great start. I feel like
Mhm.
slight positioning changes and maybe like another like day or two sitting on this.
Mhm.
Don't be afraid. This is the best thing I could say. Don't be afraid to walk away from a shot and come back to it. I have
Yeah.
shown shots off to
Yeah.
everybody probably in this chat room, and I've gone on and going like, "Hey, I'm going to work on this later. Or I'll take it down completely and just start over."
Take
Sometimes,
your time.
Mhm.
yeah, take your time.
Yeah.
It's not a race. It's not a content
Mhm.
push. Like sometimes I'll even take like 2 or 3 months away from doing
Sleep
it.
on it.
Yeah, sleep
Yeah.
on it.
Especially since you edit and stuff too. Like one
Yeah.
thing I do sometimes is I'll finish it and then I'll go to sleep and I'll wake up and that next day I'll look at it and be like, this doesn't look right. I'm gonna start over or I'll just leave it on my tablet for a while till I get bored to revisit it.
Sure.
And I would say take multiple photos,
Mhm.
slight adjustments of the angles. Just
Yeah.
mess around a lot. I
Mhm.
do a lot of photos that look. They would be the same setup, but drastically different tones and moods.
Mhm.
Sometimes I'll even flip the lights on instead of off. I'll just keep changing things until I feel really
Yep.
comfortable with it, and then that's when I send it out. And then, oh god, I just killed my phone. And then, after that, then I'll just keep exploring until the shot feels right. I don't think, I don't think this feels rushed. It looks rushed.
Yeah. Yeah. Also, too, like play on the figure's strengths too.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like if because like with these SH monster arts, I mean, there's only so much you could do with it. You know what I mean? And like
Mhm.
with that, especially with that Mecha Godzilla, like
Yeah.
posing is a problem.
That's a
You know
tough
what I
one.
mean? So
It's a
play
brick.
on the strengths of the figure. So let me show you an example of a shot that I've done. This one right here.
Yes.
Oh, this is so good.
Mhm.
I love this shot.
Yeah.
It sells
So-
I
that
love it.
scale.
Yeah.
It sells it perfectly. It tells the story. See, that's taking that same concept of Mechagodzilla towering over Godzilla and putting it
Mhm.
in your face. Like that's what you want. You want
Mhm.
the Mechagodzilla to look huge because he's supposed to be huge. So make him tower over Godzilla. However it means necessary, just make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah.
Another
Put 'em in
another
focus.
example is Kaiju Poo's one of Kaiju Poo's photos is just Mechagodzilla and the Godzilla. Godzilla is blurred, Mechagodzilla is in focus, and he was about to punch Godzilla and with the lightning on it. Kaiju Poo actually did that. Let me see if I can link.
I
put
have
a
that
link
one
on
too.
this. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't have
Mhm.
that one.
Yeah,
So
there
it
you
doesn't
go.
have it doesn't have much background, which gives you a lot of time and effort to work on the other stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm. Simplify.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Just keep
simplify.
it simple. Yeah.
Yeah, simplify first and then build.
Yes.
Start with something, and then you never know. If you come up with something simple and you like it, you can elevate slightly and just keep elevating little
Mhm.
by little instead of trying to throw everything at the wall and
Mhm.
seeing what people
Mhm.
like. Just find your groove by just testing the waters an inch instead of a mile.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Best way
Take
to
your time and practice and stuff
Mhm.
too with
Correct.
like
No
it
pressure.
doesn't hurt to completely clear the board with your edits sometimes too because if you're doing Photoshop sometimes it just doesn't look right sometimes it's like a drawing or something. You need to hit it 2-3 times till you find that way
Like,
that looks right.
Mhm.
Yeah. And you know what? Like this art is a learn in progress. Like you're constantly, like I'm constantly learning new things. You know what I mean? And you know what I mean? Like there are shots where I can look at it. Oh, this shot is great, but then I look at it later. Oh, this shot is crap.
Mhm.
That happens to me even now. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So like, you know what I mean? Like you're constantly learning. It's a constantly, you know. I'm at a loss for words again, guys. Help me out.
Trial and
You
error.
really need that coffee, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, I need that coffee. I need that my Colombian coffee.
Mhm.
I'm totally out, guys, and I'm using my C3PO cup. Okay.
Oh no,
Ooh.
he's going fancy today.
Oh boy, you better believe
Breaking
it.
out the
He's
fine
going fancy today.
Beat me by a minute.
Alrighty. Okay, so so this is just keep grinding at it and things, you know what I mean? So look at other people's work too for inspiration and things.
Yes,
you know?
go to the
It's-
behind the scenes on everybody.
And don't be afraid to ask.
Mhm.
Yeah, don't be
Yeah.
afraid.
Especially like with Photoshop and all that stuff too. The layouts and user interface of a lot of them is terrible.
Mhm.
And like there could be that one thing hidden in a
Mhm.
menu you don't know about. So you can ask a bunch of people, Mason, whoever,
Atomic.
for tips, Atomic, like
Yeah.
any of those guys will be super receptive to it. It doesn't hurt to ask.
Mm.
Yeah.
This is a community.
I still
You
have-
be a part of the community.
I'm still too afraid to dip into the
Photo editing stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got to be done in camera. I understand.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that one.
Mhm.
Photoshop is too complicated. I guess you should start with the phone apps. That phone apps
Mhm.
is
I use
yeah.
phone apps.
I use phone apps too. Yeah.
Nice.
I have like 9 of them, but
He
Yeah.
said,
You
"I
only
have
use
all of
3?
them."
but yeah, no. Snapseed, Lightroom, PixArt.
Snapseed.
Got to jump between each
PixArt,
of them
yeah.
9 different times. Mhm.
Oh
Yeah.
god.
Mhm.
All right, so let's anything to add to this, guys?
No.
Nah.
All right, pounding
Nope.
the gavel.
Ooh. Ooh.
Ooh, I got a big one for this right off
I-
the bat.
Okay, Stuart, you go first. You're the Ultraman.
Uh-huh. It's the pose. It's meant to be wrist. This is a pet peeve, especially since that figure can actually do it, unlike the old one. But it's wrist to wrist instead of like that. I noticed it today at the New York Comic Con that they had it posed wrong, so it's
Yeah.
on the forefront of my mind. But I get the pose a little bit more over because that figure really has those butterfly joints that'll
Oh, so
allow
it's
for it.
it's like this. It's like where you're crossing over this.
Yeah, it's
Oh wait, it goes. I'm so sorry. So like this.
yeah, no, it's after the thumb.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, no.
gotcha.
Did I grab mine? I thought I grabbed him. I don't know where he went. Oh wait, right here. I don't have the right hands on him, but it's
You got this.
because this figure has really good butterfly joints.
Uh-huh.
So like you can
wow.
really hit the poses with it. So like you can actually get that wrist to wrist.
Oh yeah, you can.
Look.
Is it this
Mhm.
one here, like the basic one, Stuart? Because I only have
That
one.
is the Seiho, which that's this one. The old one, which I mean I have a custom of it right here, but yeah, no, you have the same one as this one. This one
Yes,
is like
sure.
their newer line or
Uh-huh.
whatever. Where
Yeah.
it's like they brought Ben Froya into the studio and sculpted it based on him. It's meant to be like 1-to-1 to the suit. It's worth
Oh, wow.
picking up if people are debating it, but
Okay.
yeah, no,
Okay.
it's a really good figure. Take advantage of its joints because it uses a softer material and stuff too. So like you can really like pose this thing.
Oh wow.
Mhm.
He
Okay.
does the splits.
Wow, I'm gonna show you something. Don't because I'm not gonna post this yet. So, but this is gonna piss you off.
Oh no.
Oh, I can't show it. Yoo-hoo.
No spoilers.
Oh my god. Event leaks. It's
Hold
not-
on.
Camera says
I'm
no
tu-
spoilers.
I'm turning off this fucking virtual background. It's off.
Shutting it down.
Shutting it all down. We're doing it
I'm
live.
shutting it down. We're doing it live. All right, now you can see my ceiling.
All right.
Mhm.
Oh my
what a
god, look
beautiful
at that
Is
palette.
he in heaven?
Wait, let me see that. Oh my god.
I guess Oh, this is
Kira.
I love this.
God,
I
the
love this
lighting's
guy.
so good.
That is
Nice, yeah.
beautiful. I want it.
But I know I got
ceiling.
It's the wrong
I actually
Yeah,
picture.
you
think
got
like
the
above
top,
that.
yeah.
Your
You
ceiling. I'm
got-
sorry.
You got
The Ultraman nerd in me is itching.
It's a beautiful shot. But
God,
now that I
yeah,
know,
no, the framing is great.
now that I know what I know,
Mhm.
we gotta go back.
No, actually,
Mhm.
I purposely do it because I've seen like you know what I mean. Like a lot of people wouldn't get it right anyway. So
Mhm.
and I thought
Yeah.
if I do it right, I would cover the mouth. So that's why I
Mhm.
put it on the elbow.
Mhm. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thank you for showing us your ceiling. Yeah.
No worries. Now I'm gonna go back and turning on the
Mhm.
virtual background.
Alrighty.
Mhm.
The,
Chandelier,
the
though.
temple of
He's
Akira.
leaking heaven right now.
Temple of
Right.
Akira.
It's giving ecstasy.
Mhm. Mhm.
It's giving Nirvana.
Mhm.
I love it.
Um, in terms of I would just move this building a little. You see this building on the right?
Mhm.
Move it over a little bit so just to cover that space, maybe. You know.
Mhm.
And this thing here, like this bill, it's supposed to be a billboard. I mean, clearly he's using paper crafts.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little distracting to me.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. And the thing though is like the sun is right directly behind him, but I feel like the light is all coming from
From
this side,
in
from
front.
the left.
Mhm.
You know?
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
So what I would do, I did this with my Haya Godzilla shot. Like the light is directly from him, but then I have two lights just like on the side, but like they're you know what I mean. They're just like slightly behind him. You know what I mean. So I can give him that nice rim on the side of him. You know what I mean. So
Mhm.
instead of having like it looks like the light is just completely coming from the left hand side. You
Mhm.
understand?
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
Hold on, let me show you.
Yeah.
And
Yes.
if it was
With this
possible to
kind
get
of shot,
another set of paper crowns. Oh, sorry.
Go ahead, Akira.
with this type of shot, I think it's an opportunity to sort of you play with the silhouette instead of just like lighting everything up.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because the sun at the
I mean,
back,
it's
you
behind
can
him,
play with the
so they're supposed to be
shadows
dark. Yeah.
Mhm.
So like if you look at my shot
and
here,
the eyes.
yes.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That one.
that's what it needed. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like I'm using the light just to rim him, you know what I mean? But it's still kind of dark in front of him, So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's too bright at the front. It's like the sun is all
Mhm.
over the place. But since this is a sunrise, you have to if you it also reflects on the buildings. I can see the warm light in the building, so
yes.
don't use a warm light. Use a white light for that.
Yeah.
A little bit darker, but make sure that of course, make sure that the figure is focused. Don't use a
You have to
yellow
have
light at the front.
reflectors on either side too. Like if the light's coming from behind him, then you have to have like something to bounce the light on the figure. You know what I mean? Because in that Godzilla shot that I just showed you, that's what I have. I have two reflectors, like the light's mostly all coming from behind him. You know what I mean? And then like I'm using a white styrofoam to reflect light on him.
Portrait will be good too to reduce the space.
Yes,
Mhm.
portrait. Yes, you're right. Yeah, just to give
Yeah,
him
I
that
feel like there's a
physicality.
lot of negative space
Yeah,
there.
Yeah.
not in here, but upper.
Mhm.
That one.
Yeah, a lot of the top of it is just empty.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Alrighty. I'm just reading this last comment by Jonathan.
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 That my dad is yelling at.
Oh no.
Good night.
All right. Good night, Jonathan.
Mhm.
Okay. So, anything else to add to this, guys?
No, I think we hit it.
No,
on
but nice guy.
Mhm.
I like
Alright.
it.
Mhm.
Pound
Really
gap.
like the colors here.
Think.
Mhm.
Okay.
Ooh,
Mhm.
Um,
this is good.
Ooh.
The one thing I would just he seems to have trouble with posing sometimes. Like I did a shot like this with Godzilla versus Kong, but what you need to do for here, he needs to sell more the motion of his arm. You know what I mean? Because it doesn't look like he's really, you know what I mean? Like he's
Mhm.
bending his arm like this instead of like
Yeah,
that.
Mhm.
You know?
yeah. When punching something, it's also applicable to us. That was taught a little bit of martial arts. You have to not just the shoulders and also the forearms in here, but you need to twist this.
Yes.
Your
Mhm.
upper body needs to go with
Mhm.
it for more
Yes.
force.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, the torso. You need to,
Hmm.
Mhm.
really twist it.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's why the abs are curved or something because they keep on doing this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So like if you look at this example here that I did,
Mhm.
Mhm.
notice where the body like he's like completely twisting, you know what I mean, and things, and like the punch is following through. Also too, like,
Mhm.
you know, also pose your figure too to show like the hit is affecting him, you know what I mean, so he could throw like the hands up like this, you know what I mean, so that'll sell more the impact
Mhm.
of him, you know, even though he's still a robot, but like
Mhm.
Kong's still strong, you know what I mean, so he could
Mhm.
like, no matter how, boom, you know,
Mhm.
that's what I would
And
do.
actually,
I
another
would
thing
have.
he could do on that note is he did it really well in his Heisei Mechagodzilla shot where Godzilla's scratching him. You could throw some
Ah.
sparks on there because he's punching a robot.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
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 Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Akira, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna say, put the, what is it, Mecha King Kong or something.
Mhm.
Like put him on a
Mechanical.
stand and like Mechanic Kong, and like, you know what I mean. Like you just tap it so it goes up and down. So
Oh
when the
yeah,
final
practice did
result, you
that.
will
Yeah.
see. You know what I mean? Yeah,
Yeah.
Patrick did that, and yeah. So that would really sell the impact as well. You know, because you can sort of
I
see
don't
like
have
him
the
going
I
Oh,
down.
don't have
that's
the
a good idea.
stance for that. Like I tried doing that with my Haya Godzilla versus Kong. Like I tried doing that
Uh,
technique, but like with my, I just don't have it. I need to buy good flight stance for that. You know. So
Mhm.
yeah, or you can just use your something and just, as long as it's
Mhm.
moving. That's all
sure.
during the shot.
Mm.
Question.
Patrick recommended wire a while back too, and I've been using that especially for like the flying shots, and I found it works a lot better than flight stands.
Mm.
Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah, the wire ones, but it's a little bit
Mhm.
tougher.
It's a little,
Mhm.
yeah,
But it's
yeah,
easier
because
to
some
hide.
wire ones are weak. You know what I mean? Like I
Mm,
need
yeah.
Yeah.
like
Yeah, no, you
Yep.
got to find that middle ground.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Brandon was about to say something. He has a
Oh
Oh yeah,
no.
question.
sorry for cutting you off.
No worries. I was looking at the photo. I was just trying to figure out like which way the punch is coming from because like the arm is really
Yeah.
low, like it's really low. So
Okay.
yeah,
like that punch wouldn't result with the head being like unless he came down. Like, is it a
It's
hammer
hard.
punch?
Is it like
yes, yeah,
this? Something like that?
That's what I was
But
I
thinking. I
think
thought
it's
it
a
was like
Kong.
a
yeah, it's like because you can do that, but it doesn't make sense. But sometimes, I mean, I'm trying to defend the pose, trying to
Mhm.
do a different size. But what if Mechanic Kong was too fast, and then Kong was like, "Oh my god, what am I gonna do? Like this or
Hammer fist.
something?"
Yeah.
Yeah, something like this. But Kong is into punches. He is boxing, and if he does this, it's not supposed to be like this. It's supposed to be
Mhm.
more
Mhm.
forward.
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
His arm needs to be straight out like this. You
yeah,
know what I mean? To show like,
Yeah, it would have been
know,
cool
like
if like the
it
fist.
needs to look, you know what I mean? Like he's like this, so then the arm has to be going
Mhm.
this way too, you know what I mean? So, but
Mhm.
it's
hmm
not, you
It
know,
would have
like
been
Yeah,
that
no.
cool if the
was my
fist
shot.
met the end of the frame.
yeah,
Like you see
Mhm.
that corner, like that right hand corner that has that empty
Mhm.
space. Like if
yeah.
the fist filled up that spot, so
Mm.
your eye has a clean way of looking. So because it's almost like it's chopped right there.
Mhm.
You know, if the motion of the angle went that way, I feel like that would make it more
Mhm.
aesthetically in my head would make more sense.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
You know, and I feel like
Yeah, play
maybe
out the punches.
yeah,
Mhm.
like play it
Honestly,
out a
like
little
just
bit
get up and
farther.
fake throw the punch, just so you
Mhm.
Yeah.
can mentally use yourself as reference.
Yeah, or just
Mhm.
get it your camera like this and then just kind of fill it out. Like if you literally just do this and like
Yeah.
you can kind of work
Mhm.
it out where you can see where the fist would land and just keep
Yeah.
playing with that idea of like, oh, the swing. And it's almost there. Like it's almost there. It's just like a little
Yeah.
twisting.
almost there.
Like it just a little touches would fix this.
Mhm.
I think
Mhm.
that helicopter, the idea of putting that helicopter right there was perfect though.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
like the
Sells
helicopter
that
a
scam.
lot.
Sells it
Yes.
perfectly.
Hmm
It feels like the helicopter is like, what the hell are you doing? Don't stay close to the monsters. I gotta get this great shot.
hmm
They're busting each other out. They're
Like
Yeah.
GMK
fighting.
almost.
Yeah, very
Yeah.
GMK, yes.
Very
Shut up!
GMK.
Just keep filming. Oh
Yeah. Very
Pacific.
GMK. That's
I
very
know it's
true.
a bad movie for me. Pacific Rim Uprising. The helicopter shot when Makomor was about to die. She was
Mhm.
there.
Mhm.
So yeah, that one. That one.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
a good
Mhm.
Give me
idea.
that clear shot. I need that
Yeah.
clear shot. So yeah.
So Christopher Miller is asking, where's the best place to find trees with 6-inch kaiju figures like
I just-
SHF?
Michaels? Hobby Lobby?
Hobby Lobby is
eBay.
decent. They're a little
No.
overpriced, so
eBay.
look there and then go
eBay.
buy them
eBay.
somewhere else.
eBay.
Mhm.
eBay.
eBay the
eBay.
G-Bay.
Yeah.
hmm
Yeah. Just type in miniature trees.
Amazon
and
is decent
some
too.
little
I
pop
think.
in.
I think you can get like a ton of them in a little baggie
Yeah,
for like
Amazon as
$10
well.
or something.
Oh, nice.
Or a local hobby store might have it too. Just look around. Like near me, there's like this railroad diorama little hobby store, and that's where I pick up some of mine from time to time.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Doesn't have to be branded though. As
No.
I mean, the important thing is it works on the subject. So yeah,
Mhm.
this thing is not even branded. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Cool. All right, so that's pretty much it. So just
Hey
the
guys,
posing.
I gotta go.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
see you around.
aw.
Okay, Akira,
It's
you take
real.
care. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. See you guys.
Bye bye. Thank you.
But by Akira.
Actually, there is one more thing that I just got. Maybe switch up the sky because he has that hard orange, like sunset lighting coming in.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And the
No, you
sky is
mentioned-
very blue.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
So personally, that conflicts a little with me. Unless the orange is meant to be like an explosion or something, which I'd make it a bit more red or yellow
Mhm.
Yeah.
to sell like the fire look.
Probably a smoke gun as well here. A smoke that
Mhm.
reflects with a light, the light of the explosion. Yeah, that
Mhm.
could work.
Mhm.
But I like this. I like this so much.
Okay. So is that it?
Think.
I guess, yeah.
All right. So Edo Toys.
Oh,
Ooh.
Oh.
another
I-
1 power hour.
I understand the idea he's going for here, but I like that there's bad guys behind him,
Mhm.
but there's nothing in front of him.
Mhm.
You know, there should be like what I would do is have like maybe like a hand or a tail like in the foreground, like
Mm,
and that would create that that he's facing off something behind him too. He's completely surrounded. You know what I mean? So yeah, he needs more another like maybe move these two figures like push them a little bit more in, and that way
I think
he
I've
can
got one for actually
figure-
what you're talking
figure in
about.
the front, 2 figures in the front on the left and on the right.
Sorry.
You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly. Just like that.
mm-hmm.
Hold on.
Yeah, blow that up.
Yeah. Like
Exactly.
how he's there and there.
Damn, that's a good
Yes.
photo. Have you
Thank you.
posted that?
Yeah. I think it was for a collab
I gotta
ages
go.
ago.
gotta
Yeah,
scroll.
you guys had an Ultraman collab back then.
Yeah, I
I
did
think
that
it was
Oh, wow. Right,
a
that-
monster
that's-
surrounded one.
Godzilla figure ages ago. I did that where
Mhm.
like they're completely surrounded and the kaiju like are in front.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
I gotta
yeah,
do my
that's
own
what he
version of
needs
that.
to do to sell this a little bit more because like I mean everything is good. Everything here
Mhm.
is good, but he just needs 2 figures in coming from the front to sell that he's completely surrounded. Yeah.
Mhm.
That may be a little bit of fog towards the bottom.
Yep.
I think might look a little nice.
I love the use of color.
Because I think he uses the same misters I do, which
Mm.
that lower hanging fog towards the bottom might look kind of nice.
Mhm.
Oh,
The
thank
use
you.
of
Harold?
color this is perfect. I
Yes.
love this.
Yeah. Well, a question though, because I'm not I don't know Ultraman,
You
but
do.
yeah,
Join the
so
club.
not my type of entertainment. But would it also work if he um decrease the aperture a little bit so everything is in focus, including at the back? Because if I think it this won't work if it's too dark. I cannot see the details of the monsters here.
He could do that, but then he would need to just change the posing, and instead of
Yeah.
doing this, like look like, oh crap,
Mhm.
where these guys come from? You know what I mean? Like he's looking
Mm.
behind him and he sees like these guys there. That's what, you know what I mean? So like if he wanted to, just decrease the aperture so that those
Mhm.
bad guys can be in focus, then
Yeah.
he can't just stay like this.
Mhm.
I would just have Ultraman
Mhm.
like is it like
Yeah.
he's turning and then he acknowledges that those bad guys are there ready to kick his ass.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Thinking
because
about it now,
He's about to
because
get
I think
jumped.
I remember him talking to me about this one
Mm.
briefly. I think he might have based it on an art piece.
Oh,
I think.
okay.
I think that might.
That makes the
It's
most
been
sense.
a minute, but I think that's why. The
okay,
maybe, but
I see.
bringing them in a little bit more in focus might help. But also, those figures are like tiny too, so it might be a
Yeah.
camera thing too, just
Yeah,
being
because
annoying.
yeah, as someone who is not
Mhm.
familiar with the Ultraman, I'll be like, who are they? At first, I would see like, oh,
Mhm.
there's three monsters behind him, and then I look at, I have to look, I have to zoom it in, and I'm
Mhm.
like, okay, there's actually 4 of them. So I think this will work
Mhm.
if the background is not at night, probably
Mhm.
day, afternoon.
Yeah, a little brighter
Yeah,
background to
that
bring
one.
out
Yeah,
Yeah,
Mephiles
just to
and
bring them
Zeton
out.
would
Yeah.
help.
yeah. It's because the a day background will allow me, even though it's blurred, will allow me to see the
Mhm.
the enemies behind him.
The outlines, yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Silhouettes, or yeah.
Just something to separate them from the background.
Mhm.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
But it's a gorgeous shot. I really like it.
Mhm.
I
I
love
loved all
the
the colors.
yeah, these little hints of colors that are everywhere is
Mhm.
gorgeous.
I
Yeah.
see what he's
Mhm.
trying to do. Probably like a comic piece of an art or something. What you mentioned
Yeah,
earlier. Yeah.
it screams poster. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Mhm.
It just
Yeah.
this looks like a poster. Like I
Mhm.
could
I
see
can
like
actually
the
see here.
title card right on top of it, some
Mhm.
credits at the bottom. That's
Yeah.
a poster. I think it looks great.
Mm-hmm.
Just minor
Exactly.
adjustments, obviously with the wrist thing, as we brought up earlier, and
I don't
then
know if
the
that
nice
one
background.
can do it. I think he gets a pass because
Okay.
those Shoto figures are tiny.
Mm.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. So like how
Mhm.
small, like three
I
quarter
think
kind
they're
of figure.
like 2.5, 3.5. They're
Yeah.
like,
Okay. So then you
Mhm.
get a pass on that.
yeah.
But
I
other
don't
than
know if
that,
he
I
has
think
good
this is a great
butterflies.
shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a
Mhm.
great shot. I like it.
Mhm.
Yeah. So, all right. So, yeah, I would just have 2 enemies coming in from the front. And that's
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
pretty much it. Like their hands. It doesn't have to be
Yeah.
them. Like maybe their hands.
Mhm.
Like on the some of the Pacific Rim monsters that I have. Like if you have like access to those kaiju's, if you just have their hands just creeping into the
Mhm.
like up like this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And then they're blurred out. Then you're like, oh, okay, yeah. That's
So
what
Just
it
I
will
would.
act like as a frame. The
Mhm.
body parts, it will act
Mhm.
as a frame.
Yeah, like you're helping framing. You know what I mean? You're using those parts to frame Ultraman a little bit more.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, okay.
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope. It's a
Nope.
good one.
Alrighty. So pound the gavel. Boink.
Bonk.
Alrighty.
Ooh, Beta Smash.
Oh shit. Hold on.
14, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Mhm.
So I think it's too white.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Just looks like it was edited to death. Like
Yeah.
it looks like there's just like filter on filter. It looks like there was a good shot before it was edited
Mhm.
down. I feel like there's just too many things happening that's distracting from this fantastic pose.
Mhm.
This pose
Yeah.
gives off menacing evil laugh.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm getting from it. That mwahaha, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is he a
Like
bad guy?
I have no idea. I have
No, he's a
idea.
good guy.
I just I don't know. I like the posing. It's just
I like
too
the
white.
posing too, but it's just too overpowering, you know.
Mhm.
It's
And
distracting.
especially with the background, it doesn't.
There needs
You know,
it's
Mhm.
contrast. It needs contrast.
it needs
Yes.
yes, it needs
Yeah, no,
contrast.
that figure is a very nice, rich red too. So I had to let that shine
Oh,
through,
Oh, I thought it was pink.
okay.
especially on that. No, here, wait, I got him behind
Yeah.
me.
So there's too much. I think that's smoke. What he's trying to do is like a smoke. You see the tower on the right side? It's
Yes.
just covered with smoke.
Oh wow, yeah, that is really red.
Can't see it
Wow.
because of my bad webcam, but yeah, no, it's
No,
like
no,
a
no,
very
that's bright
nice,
red.
rich red that I'd let shine through.
Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
honestly, I think this
Mhm.
could have been a great one if it just
Mhm.
wasn't all that white. Honestly, everything else about it,
Mhm.
It
I
could.
would be fine with.
I would accept this if it's snowing, but it's not.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
There's no white smoke unless he has one. That's tricky.
Mhm.
But
So yeah, because
no,
Yeah.
this is
I
too
know
much.
that there's a light behind him. You know what I mean? But
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
he used the 3,000 Kelvin light instead. You know what I mean?
Yeah, a stronger
Yeah.
light, not a filter on a light.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So then it would just help popping, but then just with the sky here, just give it a different color. You know what I mean? To contrast the
Mhm.
red.
It almost looks like there's like a nuclear explosion happening behind him. You know how
Yeah.
everything goes white before it like the explosion
Mhm.
happens? That's
Yeah.
exactly what it looks like.
Mhm.
Sure.
Okay.
And I don't know
Yeah.
if that's like a move set of his, like a power that he has or something like that. I'm
Nah.
not sure, but
Mhm.
honestly, it's just there's
Mhm.
not much to go off of because it's a very empty photo. There's
Sure.
a lot of empty space too
It kind of looks like
Mhm.
he's in a freezer.
I think it is a recreation of a shot from the
from the
show. I
show.
want to
Okay.
say,
Mm.
yeah, I want to say. I'm not too sure, but it's very reminiscent of one.
Hmm.
Mm.
It
So
looks it
if
kind of
it,
does have that feel.
mhm, mhm. If it is, yeah, no, like I can give a pass to the space up here, but yeah, no,
Mhm.
definitely lower the whites or the brightness a bit.
Yeah.
Let the colors pop. Because
Mhm.
he got the smoke tower back there too with red
Yeah.
on it. And
I can't
I
tell what
definitely
that is.
like let the red
Yeah, that
shine
thing
through.
is not even. It's
Mhm.
barely visible.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
I can't tell what anything is behind him except for this building here at the front here.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Yeah. So
All right.
Mhm.
Hang on. Be right back. I think the kitten that I'm trying to rescue is finally outside.
Oh,
Oh,
get it.
nice.
Save it.
Good
You
luck.
got this.
yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, just tone it down. You know what I mean? Tone it
Mhm.
down and
Mm-hmm.
maybe just give it like a different color background, sky too.
Mhm.
You know. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Alrighty. Is that what you would say, Brandon?
Yeah, same. I agree.
Cool. Alrighty. Stuart, anything else?
No, like y'all said, different sky too would work really well with like a darker blue or something to go against the
Sure.
nice red that the figure has.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's a beautiful
Alrighty.
figure. Let it pop.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Show it
Alright,
off.
count the gavel.
Mhm.
Wink.
Mhm.
So this one comes to us by Young Swedish Collector.
Mhm. He's
Um,
come far. Before we get like started on this one, he's come pretty far.
Yeah.
Proud of him. Mhm.
I know like a lot of you guys like edits and stuff like that. Like I kind of understand what he's trying to do here,
Mhm.
but all this grass here and stuff like that is more in focus than the face of Godzilla itself.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, no, in the edits and stuff, there's options to put a bit of a Mason would know this much better than I would, but put a blur to where it try your best to get it to match the same level of focus and blur of your camera. Otherwise it stands out. Like the plants on the trees is a big one to where it's more in focus than the building
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
in it. Mhm.
I think what would sell this a little bit more is just not have like see like
Mhm.
the lights the way that the
Mhm.
light is and it's illuminating this, it's just giving it away that like
Mhm.
like, this is just more in focus than anything else. just if you put the light away from Godzilla, like maybe instead of have like light behind him and then like reflecting on this side here, that
Mhm.
could it would, you know what I mean? It would it would hide this better. You know what I mean? And
Oh,
then
Did you
Yeah.
get him?
Mhm.
Oh man.
Oh.
okay, now also too, like the light is coming from the right.
Mhm.
Now I know I'm not sure.
There's
like,
a lot
is
of different light sources
cloud
here.
or it's just supposed to be sun because like it's like the direction of the light is throwing me off here.
Mhm.
And the color too, I think, because it's a
Yeah.
very blue background, but or at least on my screen, it's very
It's blue.
yellow orange.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think Godzilla Earth would have been more suitable for this shot than this Godzilla.
Yeah.
I guess he doesn't have Godzilla Earth. I would
Oh,
give
yeah,
a pass, I guess.
possibly.
But yeah, okay. I'm not sure, but
Mhm.
I think his inspiration is Mason. Mason did this on
Mhm.
Mechagodzilla. So
Oh, I
Yeah.
remember. Yeah.
Mm.
yeah, lower the opacity. Swedish. What's his name? I don't know. Yeah, lower the opacity.
And also play with the scale, because those vines in like perspective, that Godzilla's what 120 meters tall or whatever. Those are
Yeah.
some big plants at that scale. So definitely,
Totally.
definitely play with the scale of them. But also, like we said on that last one, let the figure shine through. It has a pretty decent sculpt.
Mhm.
Let the detail of it.
Yeah.
The
Mhm.
trees. Yeah, the trees are too big.
Yeah. I would lower the trees a little bit more. Lower the tree line.
No.
Yeah. And, oh,
Yeah.
But also too, like if you look on the end over here, there's nothing.
oh
Nothing.
yeah. Wow.
Mhm.
Yeah. So I kind of like it has to be consistent. If you're
Mhm.
going
Yes.
to edit this kind of stuff,
Yeah.
be consistent at least.
And
Yeah.
then I feel like the moss in like the middle section, that
Mhm.
there's no like separation between like his arm, his
Yeah.
stomach, and then
Ah,
his leg.
okay.
So it's
Yeah.
all looks like one big like big patch of muddiness
Mhm.
Mhm.
instead of separating details, you know? And then it looks like his whole other arm and like his chest are just completely naked, and then the top of his head is naked, and it's confusing because if he was like, how was he exposed to this much like grass and foliage growing
Is
on
he
him?
using it to
But it's
cover
like
the joints?
I think
yeah, I think that's what he's doing.
probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which
Another
is
thing he could have
okay.
done is just get real dirt and just like
Mhm.
throw it on the figure. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Get
You
your
can wash
figures a
him
little
anyway.
dirty, you know?
Yeah.
Dirty
You
the
can
figure.
wash him.
I think that would have been much
Mhm.
better than doing that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think you
Yeah,
could
no.
find like fake moss that you can easily throw on a toy and kind of sell the same effect.
It has
It-
to be small enough though. Like it has
Yeah.
to like just a
Put it in a
little
blender.
small enough. Put it in a blender.
Put it in a blender. Why
Put
not? If we're throwing dirt on our toys, we can put grass in the blender. Come on.
It's a prop and lunch.
Exactly.
Nice.
I mean, you can
Mhm.
okay. You can scrape some moss from your surroundings. I do that. You can
Oh,
scrape.
really?
Mhm.
Yeah, you can scrape and put it on top of him. Because I mean, usually moss, right? You're supposed to be wet, so just use the wetness of the moss to stick on it, stick on him. So yeah,
Oh.
Mhm.
moss patches.
Mhm.
Mm.
That and
You're
the
just-
birds are a little in focus too. I think is
Mhm.
another
That's the
one.
thing,
The
yeah,
birds
like,
are a nice touch.
birds are
I
more
like
focused on
them, but
I
they're
like
They
that.
need to be faded
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like what
Mhm.
he's trying to do here. It's like a
Mhm.
post-apocalyptic world where
Mhm.
nature finally triumphs over
Mhm.
humanity, and I like the touch on the buildings.
Concept.
But I do like that. Try to make it larger, so it feels like I am close to the building, and Godzilla is far away.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's like the
Mhm.
camera is traveling towards Godzilla. It's like a cinematic shot. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
but kudos, you're definitely improving. I've
Mhm.
seen your photos. You always
Mhm.
see your photos, and kudos to you.
All right.
And props for doing something a bit more ambitious too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'll give him that one too.
Cool.
Mhm.
So anything else to add to this, everybody?
No.
Mhm.
No, gavel it on.
Yeah.
All right.
Love the sky.
Okay.
Oh.
Kiranandos. I don't know if he's still here.
Oh.
Ooh.
There's
Oh.
an explosion in
clean.
front of him and lower, but there's no light. There's not enough light.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, what's going
Yeah.
on? What's going on in that corner?
Uh,
It's just like a black. Just
Yeah.
is that like a? Is there like a building or something in front of it, or a rock?
I think so.
probably
yeah.
probably a building.
Okay, here's one thing that I will say for anybody doing explosions. All of these little rock pieces that come in those sets, they have those little like extra stick-on pieces to cover the tabs.
Yes.
Take those, put some wax on it, and put them on the explosion. Sell the
Okay.
explosion. Sell
Mhm.
that shit out. Like literally put it on the figure, put it on the explosion, put it like on the edges of it to make it look like there's things coming out of it. It's not just an explosion happening on the top layer of the earth. It's blowing up the floor. So if it's blowing up the
Yeah.
floor,
Yeah.
It's a
there's
Maybe-
fireball.
yeah,
flying. Yeah.
make it look a little, sell it a little bit more.
Mhm.
Sure.
But I feel like that building in the front is just distracting as hell.
Yeah.
That or use a reflector, honestly, because the building on the same side is a little dark. So it
Mhm.
might have had more of a debris texture to it, but the light isn't there to bring it out.
Yeah.
Mm,
Hmm
yeah.
Honestly, the
Alan
top half of
mentioned,
this looks clean.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
Alan mentioned, it was back then, mentioned that do not be afraid to have a little bit saturate the explosion and have a powerful light because an explosion is like
Mhm.
a small sun.
Mhm.
I feel like the
Mhm.
explosion is too weak. Although I get it because it's daylight, there's another source of light. The sun is more
Mhm.
powerful than explosion, but at least try to have a stronger light to reflect on his
Mhm.
legs. At least
Mhm.
doesn't have to
Mhm.
be in his whole body, just in the legs. That's it.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Buildings as well.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I like that he used a little bit of that of the cotton to fill
Mm.
out
Mhm.
the explosion too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a really cool use of the cotton prop. A lot of people
Mhm.
when they do it, they put it in front of it.
Hard.
So it
Yeah.
fade. Yeah, it's a very tricky thing.
Mhm.
So he actually put it behind it, and it actually
Mhm.
makes the explosion look bigger than what it is. That's actually
It actually
very
scopes out. Yeah.
very smart.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah. But but what you mentioned before with like putting the rocks and everything on the explosion, I've done that like with Godzilla, like putting cars and stuff like that on it.
Mhm. Yeah,
Mhm.
the cars help. Yeah.
Yeah.
You
Mhm.
So
also
if you got
had
like
a
little
glass
cars and
technique.
stuff, you can do that too. Yeah.
You also did a glass technique on those flying debris. I think you did that. Or
Mhm.
if you don't have a glass, I understand. It's also very scary. There
Mhm.
is a transparent paper, hard transparent paper. I forgot what it is, but Patrick uses that. It's a transparent paper. It's made of plastic paper, I guess. But yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. So
We're giving
like
away
I
all
use
the
that
tips
too,
today.
like for like for splashes and stuff. You can do that too for
Mhm.
like debris and stuff like that. You just stick it right on. You know what I mean? So
something like this.
yeah.
This is
Ooh.
actually yeah. I just don't have the money to do stuff, but yeah, this is actually a this actually came from Harold. This idea came from Harold because it's a pillow. I don't have a cotton, so I just use a pillow stuffings. I
Mhm.
watched this video, his diorama for Shin Godzilla. Remember that? So yeah, I have to spray
So
paint
long
this
ago.
thing. Yeah, it was so long ago, but it's incredibly helpful.
Oh, thank you. I don't
I'm
do
still doing
stuff like that anymore because like everybody else is like, oh, they've done better stuff. Like, okay, I'll just learn from everybody else. Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh,
All
see,
right.
this is a good example of what I was talking about with. So, like, this is a photo that I did.
Mm.
So you see how the I did it with the glass. I put a glass in front,
Yeah,
Mhm.
and then I also put
Oh,
debris
it's
on the
good.
tail
I remember
itself.
this.
I really dig that one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I
this
love
is
too.
this.
yeah. So you can kind of see it. I did a BTS on it too. So if you guys
Mhm.
want to go look it up, I have all the whole way I did it, including a video to help sell that effect because you want that illusion of movement. So it
Mhm.
does help with putting a
Yeah.
glass sheet or something in front of it and just
Mhm.
Yes.
stick everything to it. But
Mhm.
go minimalistically. Don't go crazy and don't throw
Don't
all
go
of them
crazy. Yeah.
everything in
Mm,
there. Little
yeah.
bit helps. Little things
Sure.
help.
Also,
Less is more.
Christopher, you are
Mhm.
correct. Acetate sheets. I'm talking about the acetate sheets. Thank you so much. So it's a alternative to a glass. Acetate sheet is more like something like a paper or something. But yeah, thank you. That's what I'm
Yeah,
trying
that's
to.
what I use the acetate sheets for the water splashes and stuff. And things.
Mm,
Nice.
Yeah.
yeah, that one. That is
Yeah.
incredible. That's good.
Yeah. All right, so let's move on. Gavel. Bing. There we
Bonk.
go. So Willzilla, I
happy
like
that he's
this figure.
improving.
I wish I could. I wish I could get my hands on that figure. I don't know
Same.
why I haven't. But anyways,
It's fine.
I like the posing and everything. I like like the framing of it and things. But two things that needs adjusting is the lighting and the background.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Warm
So
light.
yeah, I feel like the majority of light is coming from below,
Mm-hmm.
like, but nothing really at the top though.
Mm-hmm.
He needs
know-
a red light.
You know what would have been
Mhm.
cool to sell the perspective just a little bit more if
Mhm.
on the buildings right under his chin, that building that's right there, if he
Mhm.
would have got some people and he would have put some people on there, that would have sold it. Like that
Mhm.
perspective would have just killed it.
Sure,
Like
yeah,
a bunch of
having
people just
those
in
little
awe of
people
this
right
giant,
there.
yeah, of the giant robot. I feel like that would have been like,
Mhm.
or even if you put him on the building towards his
Mhm.
shoulder, that would have just
Mhm.
blown it away.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That maybe bring it down just a little bit more so we get
Yeah.
a bit more of the one building.
Mhm.
I'm sorry. I would like if you gonna put the people there, Brandon.
Mhm.
I would just switch up the lighting entirely. So like have the
Mhm.
light coming from like below, from above, but like
Above.
at an angle,
Mm-hmm.
and then have like a like a different colored sky. You know what I
Like
mean?
that,
And
like
then
at
like
this angle.
so like
Mhm.
it would be like this giant robot is looking over, and like the shadow is like overcasting the people a little bit. That's what what I
Mhm.
would try and sell. Yeah,
Mhm.
and then
What
use a
power?
reflector just to bounce light up, but light back so
Yeah,
you don't
back at him. Yeah,
shadows. Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah.
What
that's cool.
power mentioned lowered a little bit. I actually
Mhm.
like that because if he doesn't have a people, that's fine. But if he lowers the camera a little bit, put this something like this, because it's like
Mhm.
Mhm.
that. Make it like that. So if he lowers that camera a little bit, it will actually include the spines of this robot.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
Because if my mom sees this, she will be like, "Why is his spine is cut off? It's like you cropped the spine." If you're going to
Yeah,
take a
Mhm.
picture, make sure that all of his body parts are visible.
Yeah.
Because you can do that. Just
yeah,
lower
Mhm.
your camera a little bit. That's it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Just
Okay, so I'm sorry. He's asking acetate sheets. It's
Yeah,
this,
yeah.
this,
That's the one that I was referring to.
Mhm.
Yes.
this.
Mhm.
You can go to a stationary shop and get these. You know, they're very
Mm-hmm.
cheap and things. Then you can set it. I mean, this is dirty as hell. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Because I
Mhm.
use this so much, so I'm constantly buying newer ones. You know what I mean? But you can get this one. You can set it in front of the figure, put like the debris or behind it too. Also too, and
It did that with Ultima.
but yeah. Also this is like a little plexiglass too that you can get.
Mm.
You know what I mean? So it's stronger than that. You know what I mean? So like you can just set it in front,
Mhm.
stuff. You know what I mean? You got to make sure that um, you're not in the shot. You're not using any stuff that's white, especially like the surface of your, depending on how it is. Like if you're using, I use this a lot for like flying
Mhm.
kaijus and stuff like that. Make sure that like you have like a black thing, so like the white of the table or like the surface doesn't reflect on this. You know what I mean? So you
Mhm.
just gotta remember, use black. Like for your, so like because if you're using that and then like your buildings are like really white or whatever, like you'll see the reflection of the white on
Mhm.
the glass. So like
mm.
Mhm.
it's gotta be dark enough. So that's the thing.
Mhm.
Okay. Anything
Actually,
else?
Harold, I had a question about that.
Sure.
How do you stop your TV from reflecting on it? Because you shoot with a TV, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How do you stop the TV from, like, the TV edge or whatever from reflecting on it?
Well, brother, I mean, I have a ton of space.
Oh,
What I mean?
Okay. Oh.
Wow.
That explains
Oh.
it.
So I mean,
Uh-huh.
I can push that thing all the way to the back.
Yeah.
I never have to worry. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
Okay.
that's
Yeah, no, right here. That's where I'm at.
yeah. So yeah. So also to try and flag it. You know what I
Mhm.
mean? So like
Mhm.
it's tough, but like for me, like
Yeah.
I have this this space. I have like at least almost 2 meters of space over here. You know what I mean? So then like I just put it all the way to the back. But at the same time, like when I have it like right to the back and things, all of a sudden like you start seeing like the edges of your TV more and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Right? So then I got to figure out ways to cover that, you know, using buildings or whatever. You know what I mean? So that's the
Okay,
thing.
cool.
Yeah. Okay, so now you guys saw like a glimpse of my
Your
studio.
workshop,
The real behind the scenes.
studio,
Yes.
damn.
We're showing it all off today.
Yes.
These are exclusive sneak peeks, people.
Suckers.
Get this anywhere else but Titan Masters.
Yes. Yes. Alrighty. Okay. Oh, why is it on me? I was like, why is it on me? All right. So, do we have anything else to add to this?
No, good job, Willzilla. I've been following your photos. You definitely improved. Good job.
Yes,
Yeah.
a lot.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me remove this comment now. So, yeah, awesome tips using them. Yeah. Yeah. You're welcome, buddy. You're welcome. All right. So let's move on. We're almost there, guys. We're almost there. we're over 2 hours now. This is like the longest Ask Titan.
This is the longest, yeah.
Okay, so this is by my brother, Rico. Okay, he's over in Philadelphia. He's the head of Toy Comics Inc. Love you so much, brother.
Oh,
Now he's
okay.
getting into kaijus. He normally does 112, right?
Mazinger
But
Z.
he's getting into the zinger and stuff. Okay, so and he's got the props. Now he just needs to adjust the lighting in the background for this. Okay, so the purple this purple light doesn't make any sense here. You know, so you got to think simple when you know what I mean. Like simplify it a little bit more. Your overall setting is just too dark. You know what I mean? It's like it's too dark, and like you have like these overpowering lights, which kind of doesn't it doesn't mesh well. You know what I mean? So what I would do here, he's got a light overhead, but he doesn't have a light in front. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Notice? Okay, so like all the lights coming from overhead, but there's really no other light coming from in front of the camera. There's only this purple light here. You know what I mean? So he needs to balance out the light a little bit more, you know, and like the light needs to make sense because this purple light, this overpowering purple light is just like why is that there, you know? So but I like the framing of the figure and things. The hand is floating a little bit more, and he's like using like this cotton to try and I guess assimilate like damage or whatever. What I would do, like I just have the hand not be visible, you know what I mean, and just have like that coming off of it, you know what I mean, instead of like floating like that. Yeah,
I think the
left hand, like like pose it a little because he's just doing this and like that hand is just dropping like that, you know what I mean? So like
I think he needs to flip the pose a little. Like if you're gonna lean on something, you're not gonna stick your arm out. You're gonna put it in. You're gonna go more elbow in. So it needs to be elbow, and then his body needs to be leaning the opposite way. So he needs to be leaning on the building, and then holding his side up. Because when you're in pain, you tense. So when so tensing brings like that raising of a shoulder. So he needs to be more like he's this way. He needs to be this way.
Yeah.
And then he needs to be like leaning, like more bent over.
Sure.
He's too upright to look like he took like a lot of damage. He's too like back straight.
Yeah. Also,
and honestly, I'd switch buildings.
About that. Hold on a second. Like if he's trying to sell like this robot just went through a fight and he's trying to get up, like have the hand like right on it, so like we don't see it floating like that. And then have the other hand like on his knee, like if he's coming
leaning
up,
Like
forward.
the
leaning
rise.
forward, like he's like just coming up, and like the building there behind him, that damaged building, that I think that building should be changed. It should be the other way, not this way. Do you understand? Yeah. And then like this empty space here, like if he's getting up from a fight, then maybe like have something else like an adversary here in this part over here. You know what I mean? Like he's trying to continue a fight. And
Yeah,
that's
tell the rest of the story.
yes, exactly. That
Yeah,
that
we
would
got
tell
like
us
half a
the
bit
story
of
here.
the story. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then this little building here, maybe just throw it on the floor, like tilt or whatever, and just to cover this space over here, you know what I mean? And then just have like more debris and stuff like that here in this part over here, you know what I mean? And like more
Mhm.
debris over here because there's just not enough, you know?
Mhm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Crop as well. Crop. He can crop
Yes.
on this thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then like for the background, I mean, the background could work like if he, if the light was more balanced, So
Yes.
Mhm.
Agree.
yeah,
Don't do black on black. It makes it hard to see.
it is. Yeah, you're right
Mhm.
about that.
Mhm.
Brandon, do you have
Yeah, no.
anything on this, guys?
I would say
No.
the one thing that he could add is like another figure in there, like a monster of some kind. Like you know how we were saying before with the other guy's shot with the
Yeah.
multi villains in the back, how you said add one in the front, but like an arm or
Sure.
a leg.
Ah.
Put it there.
Okay.
Put it
That's
right in
what
that
Okay.
purple
Yeah,
spot.
that's what I was just saying. Like it's right there on the left. You know what I mean? And then
Yeah, like you could
he's, like,
almost
trying to-
tell that story is there.
yeah,
Like this
exactly.
is like the round 2 of the fight. So
Yes,
tell the whole story.
Mhm.
exactly.
You know,
exactly.
sell the whole image because you gotta. What we always have to remember is that we're telling a story with these photos.
Yes.
So every time we're like,
Mhm.
we have the story in our head, so we have to
Mhm.
make sure that the story is being translated to the image, and we're telling that whole story out. So just put another monster in there, sell that. This is round 2. It's time to buck up or shut up, and
Yes.
sell it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a decent start to a shot.
Yeah.
At the same time, it's also a good idea for him to cover the foreground. There's a floor in between the violet building and at the
Mhm.
feet, I guess. Yeah, that one exactly. It's a perfect way to cover that. I always do that as someone who doesn't have a foreground.
Yeah. What do you got there, Brandon?
Oh,
Who's this?
Ooh, Hedora.
Fedora.
That's a good one.
Oh.
You'll like that one.
yeah. I opened Jet Jaguar a little while ago, so I'm very happy with this
Ooh.
one. This is
Nice.
amazing. I thought
He's
this was going to be
yeah.
a little bit taller,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm happy
My
that
one
it's not as big as
complaint,
this
Brandon,
version.
about that is like they give us like
Legs?
this little figure,
Mhm.
but he's unpainted.
Yeah,
Oh,
my
okay.
dude. Yeah, he's back here just he's back here just unpainted.
Yeah, I hate
terrible.
that. Like, why give us something unpainted? Like, most people don't know how to paint or can't paint. You know what I mean? So, like,
Yeah,
Me.
like me.
Me.
luckily for me, like, but my buddy who paints for me, he's 2 blocks away from me. You know what I mean? So you know what I mean? But it's not fair for
Got a lot
everybody.
of resources.
I got,
Yeah,
I
And
got
the worst part is they can. They revealed like an ultra thing, and it comes with a little tiny mini figure, and it's fully painted.
Oh, of course they did.
yeah.
And it's like,
Of course they did. They
Jeez.
just hate us.
yeah. One thing I was gonna say before though is I think that's an Outland model building. I would switch it with the destroyed one just because the Outland model ones are really flat. They don't have much going for them, so I might put the damage one up front, and then you could have him more lean on it, or actually get his hand in there to sell the motion of him using it to
Mhm.
stabilize himself. Because I mean they're big, so they
Yeah.
don't really have the. Instead of putting the smoke there, you could put his hand through the hole in the window or
Mhm.
Sure.
something.
I
Yeah.
think I have that. Hang on.
Mhm.
This one. Something like this.
Yeah,
I can actually destroy this, like rip it apart, just for.
I did
building
mine
purposes.
too, just not on
Yeah.
purpose.
It's same. Same. It's so easy to rip it apart. So it's fine with me if
Mhm.
it's broken. At least I have a damaged building set, I guess. But yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. Cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, so I mean, this is a good start. I mean, he's
Mhm.
just started doing more kaiju stuff and things,
Mhm.
and yeah, buddy. So don't be
Mhm.
afraid to ask me questions. You can ask me anytime. All right.
Mhm.
All right. So let's pound the gavel on this one. Beep.
Ding ding.
So
Mm.
this is David Hernandez, Myriad One Goji.
Mhm.
I like this a lot. I would just there's one little thing that kind of stuck out to me when I saw it is the hand over here.
Okay.
Yeah,
Mm.
That's what caught me
Has to
too.
be
It's
has to be
like
closer, right?
yeah.
Mhm.
Just
Like
push that building further away, and like it's
ah.
kind of weird. Godzilla like this and then like this. Like he never does that. Like he's either gonna
Mhm.
smash a building, he's not gonna touch a building or whatever, or
Mhm.
unless
Mm,
he's like getting up to try and you know what I mean. Like he's gotta hold himself up. You know what I mean. But
it
Mhm.
doesn't
that's
show
what was
here.
happening here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, but I like the foreground buildings and stuff.
Mhm.
You could bring this closer to the camera just to blur it out a little bit more, especially this
Yeah.
one. Push it back a little
Mhm.
bit more. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? So we can get so we can get more Godzilla in frame. But also too, you have to be careful to give some head space to your figure. You
Mhm.
know what I mean? I feel
Mhm.
there isn't enough head space here.
Mhm.
Yeah, Brandon, what do you
Maybe
think?
make the. Oh, sorry.
No. Go right ahead.
Go ahead,
I was
Wes.
gonna say maybe make the background just a little bit more saturated if it's like a sunset or something. Bring out the colors a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Sure. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Mhm.
kind of a little bit too one color. You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
It's
Mhm.
yeah,
the problem with this is like for me at least, it the background is not saturated enough, but what's in front of us is saturated. So it's
yes.
too much warmth in it. At the same
Hmm.
time, we can fix the foreground by just cropping it because the foreground has a lot of space, which means it brings me my eyes is focusing on the foreground instead of Godzilla because Godzilla is too high. You can fix this with the crop,
Hmm.
and
Mhm.
it's too saturated as well on his face. White
Hmm.
light, I guess. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
The haze is a nice touch.
Yeah, I love
It's
that.
a little hard for me to see.
He's using the
Is
same
it?
machine that I'm
Mhm.
using. I've seen that he
Mhm.
bought that. He bought that same
Okay.
machine that I have. Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, so
Yeah. No. And.
the one thing that I'll say, besides everything that you guys pointed out, is
Mhm.
the head placement.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've that weird like angle that he's at. I would have
Hmm.
just
Mhm.
straightened this head out.
Yeah.
Just have him
Mhm.
looking far off into the distance because it's more like he looks more like if you would fix that hand and then fix his head to be looking off, it gives
Yeah.
you a line of
Mhm.
sight so you can travel with his eyes to the end of the frame.
Mhm.
Hmm.
Yes.
Always something that I try to pay attention to is like where are the eyes going after they
Sure.
look at the
Mhm.
thing.
Yeah.
So guide them with the positioning of Godzilla. Like his body language is
Mhm.
screaming forward, but his head is looking down. So
Mhm.
What
it's like
it
it's
would
almost like stopping the motion of the flow of the photo.
also what I
Mhm.
was gonna point. You just pointed that out, Brandon. But what I was gonna
Hmm.
mentioned too about the eyes, like he's clearly looking at something instead of like if he's gonna look down on something, he's gonna look down at a down adversary. So switch that building out with a downed adversary. You know what I mean? Either another
Hmm.
monster or a
Mm-hmm.
robot.
Mhm.
Then it would be more. It would make more sense him looking down. You know what I mean? Because I just beat you. You
Hmm.
know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because when he does those
Or.
like victory laps through the city, he
Yeah.
doesn't really
Mhm.
look at the things he's destroying. He's kind of
No. Never.
far beyond it. So that's why I
Mhm.
always
Yeah.
say if you have him doing like one of those walking through city destruction photos, have him
Mm-hmm.
staring off into the distance. He's looking at the
Mhm.
next part of the city to
Yeah.
destroy. He's not
Yeah.
looking at what's right in front of him. He
Mhm.
doesn't
No.
care about what's
Never.
here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like
He's
he's
looking over there.
Mhm.
scouting around. Honestly, he's kind of
Mhm.
scouting around his environment,
That or you
looking
could
for
put
something.
like tanks or people there
Yeah.
too. Like just
Yeah.
something for him to target. If you're not gonna
Mm-hmm.
have him like look at the viewer or something like that, give him something to focus on.
Sure.
Yeah, because his eyes are
Mhm.
so like if they don't look like they're looking at something, they look kind of derpy on
Mhm.
that figure.
Yeah.
Like that's
Mhm.
that's my like the one thing I've seen in every photo with this
Mhm.
particular figure is that he looks off if he's at the
Mhm.
wrong angle. Like
Yeah.
like something
NECA
just
missed
looks
with this one.
yeah, it's like
They
something
missed with this one.
it's here. It's something here that he just
Mhm.
like if you get it at the wrong angle, it's done. Like you can't
Mhm.
it's not
Mhm.
good. So
Yeah.
just make sure that when you're looking at him,
Mhm.
you're getting a profile or the full front of his face.
Mhm.
Don't get like
Yeah.
Mhm.
those semi quarters because the semi quarters don't look good.
Mhm. Especially since that one doesn't have the neck for you to work with to where it's like he's
Yeah.
turning to
Yeah.
look or anything. That figure is not a fan of it personally.
Not
Mm.
at all.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's a
Alrighty.
brick. Oh,
Very accurate to the
Ow.
suit.
I don't know how Alan shoots with it.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
Alan.
I don't know.
That would make me cry trying to put that thing in any pose. I'd get mad and throw it outside or something. It's like that thing. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yikes.
It would end up like one of the Outland Models buildings. It would be broken very quickly. Mhm.
Okay, so David, very good. I mean, he's come quite a long way in such a short time, you know. So
Yeah, kudos to him.
Yeah, just
I
minor
like how
improvements.
colorful it is.
Oh my god.
This
this
is
thing
very
a-
colorful.
yeah. Alrighty. So can we pan the gavel?
Panda gavel.
And beep. Okay.
Ding. Oh my god. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Mhm.
This thing is beautiful.
Uh-huh.
What?
Woo. Oh, the Hedora. I'm opening it as we speak.
Oh, okay,
Mhm.
cool.
Oh my god. I'm in heaven.
Mhm.
Yeah,
It's such a nice figure.
yeah. So posing. Okay, I just did
Posing.
this. I just did this. This is a very classic superhero punching the villain pose.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Patrick's done it. I just recently did it with Godzilla versus Kong. You know, I first saw it with the Alex Ross where Superman's punching Batman. That Alex Ross painting.
Nah.
Mhm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So couple things to keep in mind. Again, it's the posing, like the
Mhm.
the hand, like the hand,
Yeah.
also like the shoulder,
The
of the upper body, and also the hand too. Like when you're punching, if you're gonna punch somebody that hard where he's gonna be flying off, your
Mm.
hand's not gonna be like that. You know what I mean? Your hand's gonna be like that or some. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, the placement.
Kong
of,
did that. Kong
Yeah.
did that
Similar
in
to
the
Atomics.
when he punched Godzilla.
Mhm.
It's his whole body lurches forward because Godzilla is incredibly heavy. His whole
Yes.
body has to lurch forward.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, also like his hand, like yeah, he just needs to turn his torso more,
Mm.
right?
Mhm.
Angle, like maybe. Let me just show me. So instead of like this, like this, you know what I mean? So like, let me get myself in like that, and like
Mhm.
you know, and then like moving his hand like this or something like that. You know what I mean? That would just
Mm.
sell a little bit more
Mhm.
the photo.
I think it was Power Hour, sorry, but Power Hour mentioned kind of like Atomic. I think was it
Mhm.
Atomic or Brand? Yeah, that was you, right?
No,
Okay.
Somebody did it.
it's similar case. It's like
Mm-hmm.
the posing, like again, it doesn't hurt to like fake this punch. See what you do when you're throwing the punch, and then make the figure do it.
Yes, exactly.
Mhm.
Yeah. So like you do the posing yourself
Mhm.
and see how it feels, and like you do it in front of a mirror, you know? Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now another oh my god.
Oh my
so
god.
You're drooling.
A little bit. I need a bib over here.
Mhm.
So I think for me, I mean the posing, but also like this just overpowered blue light
Mhm.
coming from
Mhm.
behind.
Kind of like Majinzilla.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I'd say that
he's
one's a
2004.
screen reflecting, no? Like the brightness on
Yeah,
the
probably.
screen's too high, so it's bleeding onto everything. Because that
Yeah.
looks like
Okay.
a light shining, given how the camera's reacting,
Mm.
or the
Mhm.
phone,
Yeah.
or whatever. Correct me if I'm wrong, though.
Yeah, because
Y'all
he's got
probably know more
another
than I
light
do.
coming from this side too, because I can see like this light
Mhm.
source here. Then he's got another light coming from here. So like there's just too much light coming everywhere, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah.
I'd probably throw another building behind him, honestly.
Yes, he to cover
Mhm.
this part up here. To
Mhm.
cover you know, so you see where his
Yeah.
just this part here. He needs to cover this.
Mhm.
At least
Because
from
one
here.
thing, and it's one thing, and I struggled with it a lot, is convincing, like you talked about it earlier, the depth of
Yeah.
the city. Like there's layers to a city, it doesn't
Mm.
end at a wall.
Yeah.
Or honestly, I think it helps is to pick a background that has like a mountain or something, like just far off in the distance enough to where it'll cover that up. It doesn't drop into a void or something
exactly.
like that.
In order, and if he does that, like if you get a background that's got like a city and stuff like that, you need to adjust the aperture where it just blurs out. You can create that illusion that like you're look like he's in a city that just keeps going on forever. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And personally, I wouldn't have gone with it looks like it has a filter over it for me personally. Like how the red is turned more pink. I personally wouldn't have gone with that either because it washes out the red a lot.
Yeah,
It looks
he
like
almost
there's
said
a
pink.
filter.
Yeah,
There's a filter on it.
pink. Yeah.
Good job on the eyes though.
Mm-hmm.
Lighting up eyes can be a little annoying. You did a good job there. Same with the timer, and actually with the blue background like that, if you change the background, it'll make the timer stand out a bit more, which is something I like to try to do, is to keep the bright parts bright to where it draws attention to Ultraman, because you literally have two lights on him that'll draw focus. And when you have a overpowering background like that, especially that blue, it draws it away.
yeah.
Mm, the enemy is too close to me, so my eyes is immediately going towards the enemy. So I don't know who is your subject, either Ultraman or the guy that he's punching. So if Ultraman is your subject, then uh, lower the guy that he's punching a little bit, so we can see him clearly, and his hand is blocking the Ultraman's body. So
I would
yeah.
also too, Jam, like see this space right here. Like if he could just maybe zoom in a little bit more.
Zoom in, yeah.
Do
Yeah.
this. You know what I mean? And then move this hand so you're not obscuring too much of Ultraman. Move this hand right here.
Yeah.
Here.
Because if you zoom in a little, enough, I can still see his features. I can still see who he is, and even though I don't know who he is, but I can see his face. I can see his, his features. So yeah.
Maybe
Just
move
bring it a
that
little-
explosion too, because it really doesn't make sense where it's at. Because it's not an impact or anything. It's
exactly.
Just kinda...
Yes. It's just there. Yeah. So that smoke. It's a smoke explosion. Yeah. Just that doesn't need it there.
It's the explosion. I guess this is the part where you guys mentioned that this is too much. Be careful with using the effects of Tamashi. I think this can I can only use the explosion if it's blurred. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, just remember you're telling
Or
a
put
story
that
like
right
where
here
that
where
would
the head is.
logically happen.
You know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Because here, let me show you the one that I did.
I like this.
Yeah. But you notice how like I have the lighting and
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sorry guys. Sorry. Yeah. So you notice how like I have the lighting and things. You know what I mean? So like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
See, that's exactly. So it is focused on Godzilla, but I can still see that it's calm.
Yeah.
I can see his features.
Okay. So that's how you kind of want to do, Jim. Alrighty.
Yeah.
2 hours and 22 minutes. Brandon, you are a trooper, brother. And so you
And power. Yeah.
We got this.
it's the afternoon for me, so like
Yeah, same.
I'm East Coast. It is 2 in the morning for me. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I thought it's already DST.
I'm gonna have some lunch right after this, and
Same.
I'm gonna do 2 more shots with Monster X, and then I'm gonna do my review video, and then I will break out my Omega Beast Godzilla again. Yes.
God, he
I'm
looks so
going to bed.
beautiful.
Oh, it's beautiful, man.
I'm gonna have to rescue a kitten. No, not going
Yeah.
out of a pipe.
So can we pound the gavel for this one?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Wait. Good job, Jim. Okay, so keep trucking. So we've reached the end, guys. Oh my goodness.
Woo!
So our next episode we will have special guest Monster Loot. Is that Monster Loot? Is that how you
Loud
say
astronaut, monster lot.
it? Monster Lot, not Monster Loot. Anyways, he will be our next special guest. Okay. And that will happen on the 29th, the weekend of the 29th. All right, guys.
Ooh.
So get ready for that. It's going to be really cool. There's going to be plenty to talk about, guys. There's new figure announcements and stuff. Did you guys see the new Super 7 stuff that came out?
Destroy, yeah.
Yeah.
I like the Meltdown Godzilla.
The meltdown.
Oh
Godzilla
yeah,
looks gorgeous.
I really like that
Mhm.
one. Like I don't like the other the Godzillas that they've put out, but that Meltdown Godzilla, yes.
That Meltdown's the first one that's caught me because it's unique and stuff. The
It's
only thing I'm
unique.
worried about is it ever gonna come out? Has any of the other
A
stuff
year
come out?
away. A year away.
Uh-huh.
A year away.
Yeah.
Wow.
A year away. They just announced it now. Yeah.
hmm
And that Destroya looks nice. Like I missed out on
He's
the SH
big.
Monster Arts Destroya.
That
I'm
thing
gonna
looks
pick up this
huge.
Destroya.
Mhm.
It's gonna be huge, yeah. So, but I think it'll fit well with the SH Monster Arts though,
hmm
because Destroya is supposed to be really big, compared to Godzilla.
Mhm.
I don't feel like the SH Monster Arts is big enough in comparison to the SH Monster Arts. What do you think, Brandon? You think is that accurate?
I think it depends on which figure he's next to.
Uh-huh.
When you put him next to the Burning Godzilla, I don't think he's tall enough. Like every time I've put him in a shot, I've always put something under him to make him look a little taller. I've never
elevate
kept
him,
him. Yeah,
Mhm.
you have to elevate him. He's one of the bigger. He's a big boy, but he's just not.
Mhm.
He's not tall enough. Like he's wide enough, but he's not tall enough.
He's a
Yeah.
little too hunched. I think it's the neck that gets
Yeah,
him.
he's like this
Mhm.
instead of more like upright.
Mhm.
It's kind of
Yeah.
similar to Space Godzilla, I
Mhm.
think.
And Mechagodzilla,
kinda-
where they're all stuck in that.
The 74
they're-
Mechagodzilla has it the worst. It's the full
Really?
on.
Yeah,
You're
He needs
talking
to
the
be like-
Showa?
Yeah.
The Showa tin can?
yeah. Look at that thing.
Why?
You could mess with it a little bit to get it to be a little bit better than that.
Mhm. The issue I think it is with it is they more engineered it to look up than look
Yeah.
like Mechagodzilla. So
I think their focus was the flying pose more than anything else.
Yeah. All right.
alternate heads, please.
All right. So, anything else before we depart, guys?
Nope.
None?
Thanks for the invite. I really appreciate it.
Yeah,
This was
thanks
a
for the
lot of
invite
fun.
as well. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
You know what?
Since-
The last time we were here, it was for the Articulated series,
Ah,
and I
yeah.
was scrambling to find people to do the show with me. And then Brandon, he was like, "Yeah, I'll do the show with you." And I go, "Okay, you're a
Mhm.
Titan Master."
Mhm.
And then when I was doing the show,
You're an Avenger now.
then I saw you and Jam
Mhm.
in the chest, like, and then after the show was done, I was like,
Mhm.
"Fuck, why didn't I ask Jam and Stuart on?" You know what I mean? So
Mhm.
that's why I was like, okay, next time,
Mhm.
if I'm short of people and you guys are on, I'm gonna
Mhm.
ask you guys to come on.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, just shoot
Speaking
me a
of
message.
me.
I'm always down.
He's here.
He has arrived.
Oh, hey. Mhm.
Speaking, he shall appear.
Mhm.
The man, the myth,
Mhm.
Myth
the
and the
legend.
From the depths, and he
Mhm.
shall appear.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay.
That was
well,
a poor Bane kind of a thing. But
so
yeah.
No, it's
this
beautiful.
this show just broke the record. The last show that was 2 hours was Jim's episode. Okay.
Mhm.
And now this episode broke
Mhm.
the longest record.
So is it every episode
It's-
that I'm in?
Mhm.
Is it me?
Mhm.
No.
Mhm.
No. It goes. I'm only the thing is because like I got nothing else after, you know what I mean? So I'm done for the
Mhm.
day, you know what I mean? So like before, like I was rushing because like I had class and stuff like that, you know what I mean? So like I kind of
Mhm.
felt bad for the guests, you know what I mean? But now that
Mhm.
I'm self-employed now and things. I'm fully self-employed and stuff like that. So I get to make my own hours, but at the same time
Which is
too,
good.
I mean,
Flexible
it's,
hours.
it's flexible hours, but like I've kind of like before, like remember like before it was like 9 o'clock, you know what I mean? But
Mhm.
now I've used up that time to open up a new class, you know what I mean? And things. So
Mhm.
yeah.
Mhm.
So literally just turned on and I heard my day. Yeah. So that's it, man. But
Mhm.
you know what? The community's coming along real nicely and things. Everyone's photos have improved drastically. You know what I mean? So and I
Mhm.
kind of like to think that
The
we've had
game is
something
being
to do with it
elevated.
and things.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
yeah. Alrighty.
Mhm.
So Stuart, how did this feel today?
Oh, this is fun. It's late, but it's fun. I mean, I'm
It's a lot of
always
fun,
around. Uh-huh. Yeah, no, Just shoot me a message if you need a backup, and I'm down.
Alrighty, cool. So keep up.
Thank
the
you so much. I gotta remember to submit stuff. I keep forgetting, and then I see it go up on Twitter, and I'm like, shit, I forgot.
Maybe next time.
And Jam, how long do you think you're gonna be out of the game? How much
I
longer?
don't know. I mean, I don't know. I'm still sending job applications because my phone is broken, so I need the money to repair it. So yeah,
What exactly happened to your phone?
water damage again.
Oh no.
No, but this time I think I just need the LCD. I guess. But unfortunately, LCD is probably the most expensive part in repairing a phone, to the point that people is like, don't buy an LCD, just buy another phone. And I'm like, I don't want to buy another phone because the phone that I wanted to buy is times 2 the LCD, the price. So yeah.
Oh, hey, Mason.
Yeah, hey Mason. Yeah, he answered like the Titan Master Signal in the sky once. You know what I mean? And he came on with me. So yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, cool. Alrighty, Brandon. So what do you got? You got your hands full with
Yeah.
Those figures. I keep
I
on
What
got
else did you get? Was it just the
I got
3?
some photos to take. Yeah, it's just the 3.
Okay.
I'm waiting on the highest studios Godzilla. I got
You're
the
gonna love that
notifications.
Godzilla. I promise you.
I'm gonna buy 2 of them or
Did you
3. Okay.
Did you see my review? Did you see my review?
Yes, I saw it. I was the whole time I was like, God damn it, I just want mine.
Harold,
I
you
was
made
like,
me bite on it. I was on
Yeah.
the fence, but it's like, because I was worried about how the neck would look in photos, because it looked
No, it
really
looks
gappy,
yeah.
and
It
then
does.
you
Yeah.
like took photos, and I'm like, oh, it'll be all right. So I actually bit the bullet.
Not
Yeah,
as
And I
bad
was
as the
telling myself I
turtleneck
wouldn't.
2021.
Mhm.
I don't have it here with me because I'm getting it custom painted because I got 3 of them.
Ah,
I
okay.
got
Three.
3.
Yeah.
Didn't get
Must be
me.
nice.
Highest sent me
I'm
one.
trying to be like you, my boy.
Dude,
Yeah.
I guess I really wanted to get 3, but I'm wishing that Hayo will do the Atomic Breath version and the Burning
Yes.
Godzilla version,
They're
because
going
their
to.
Atomic
They're
Breath
going to.
looks good. It's not.
Mhm.
I mean, it's not the quality of SH Monster Arts poster version, but it's a whole lot more better than 2021, to the point that it's
Mhm.
probably on par with the poster version. I really
Oh,
want to
wow.
sell the turtleneck, dude. So yeah, the toothpaste Colgate turtleneck. So yeah.
I'll take the
God,
hands.
I'll just take the hands. Anybody?
Mhm.
yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
take the hand.
I mean, the people, everyone's like speculating. Listen, like they have the license for the MonsterVerse film property, so like everything that we've seen in film, they
Mhm.
have the license to do it. So all
Oh, wow.
those they
Okay.
have the So potentially we're getting skull crawlers, we're getting war
I am so
bats, we're
happy.
getting
I'm
so
hoping for a
happy.
Skull Island Kong. That's the
Oh
one
my-
on the top of my
and
wish list
yes,
because we didn't get a
yes,
proper one.
that Skull Island Conk is a potential figure too. You know what I mean? Even Doug is a potential.
Oh
figure
my
too,
god.
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Wow.
But none of the comics. None of the comics.
It's okay. I mean, it's okay. It's all right. It's
And,
fine.
they are going to be working on a 2020
14.
2014 version.
I am
Mutos
so
too.
happy.
Ooh.
Oh,
I am
wow.
so
Going
happy.
to that, yeah.
Whoa.
I'm gonna buy those. I'm so
They're going
happy.
all out.
Yeah,
I
but you
sold
know
my
what? Like
2014.
now that they're or now that they're here, like I
Mhm.
wonder how is
Doug
how
for the
is
win.
SH Monster Arts going to respond? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because see, we
there's a
still have
a
the movie.
healthy competition.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
like, you know what? Like for you guys out there, if you guys haven't grabbed your hands on this Haya figure, do grab it now because you know what? Like
Do
you'll
it.
never know when the license will get pulled from it. Just like what happened
Mhm.
with NECA. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So you know what I mean? Because
I hope it doesn't happen.
Support with your wallets. I mean, if Monster Arts has been dropping the ball with this stuff, like they did with their Monster Arts stuff, don't buy it.
yeah,
It's one of those things that's like Haya is killing it, and it's shown like with that one, it's like okay, that looks good. I'm actually gonna pre-order it and I'm gonna invest in it.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And it's like,
yeah. And also too, like if you look at my when you look at my review and you see like them side by side, and like you just see like it's an indisputable.
the
Like,
scale looks a lot of fun.
yeah,
Have you thought about doing a 2019 versus Shin yet? I think the scale there
I-
will be
I'm
perfect.
gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'm just waiting for it to come back because my buddy's doing custom paintwork on the mouth,
Mhm.
and doing one atomic blue version, and a battle damage version. Because did you see Omega Beast Easy Hobby? They released a picture of like their newest statue, like a battle damage Godzilla. I showed that to
Mhm.
my buddy because that's what I
Mhm.
want in this figure. I wanted battle damage. It
Mm.
looks awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christopher said, "Hope Haya gets Gamera." You know what? God, I
Don't
hope
bet
as
on
well.
it. Yeah. Don't
I
bet
don't
on it. You
know.
know what? He's the only
Mhm.
character left that needs a movie.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
It's
So like
Godzilla, there's Kong, and come on, it's the best time to introduce Gamera. What the
Mhm.
heck?
it is. It's the perfect time to get Gamera because like he's the last one. You know, so
I'm surprised someone hasn't swooped in and just bought him. Katakawa does not care.
yeah,
I think like by reminding them that they own it, they would give it to you, kind of thing. It's like, oh yeah, here, take it.
yeah, yeah. But
Hmm.
anyways, man, I mean,
It's
yeah,
so
man.
sad.
So
It's his time.
yeah. All right, guys. So for the Senate, see, I need more coffee.
Mhm.
So guys, for the Senate,
Somebody send this man a cup of coffee right
You can do it.
now. You got this.
7 of you still in the chat.
Mhm.
Thank you so much, guys. This was so much fun.
Mhm.
Jamzilla, thank you for answering the call.
No
Stuart,
problem.
thank you for
Mhm.
answering the call. Brandon, you made my dreams come true because ever since I started this, I wanted to work with you, and we're finally working together.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a very long time. It's been on and off since like you first came up with this whole concept where you brought it to me and I was like, damn, this is gonna be so cool. And then you started it and I was like, damn, this looks like they're having the time of their lives. And every time
Yes,
I catch the podcast, I'm like, oh, this is so much fun. I can't wait to get in there.
yes.
And then once the invite came, I was like, you're keeping me, right? I was like, I'm not leaving.
Yeah. We're keeping you. We're keeping you.
No, yeah, this is a blast. I love it.
Mhm.
Alrighty. So that's pretty much it, guys. So we will see you guys in the next episode at the end of the month. So please circle your calendars and don't forget, share and subscribe to all your friends. And we will see you in the next show. All right, guys. So guys, thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much, guys. And I will see you next time. All right.
See ya.
Bye bye.
Deuces.
Bye.
Hasta la vista.